Blue. I'll receive.
Receive, side.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to serve. Alright guys, let's go ahead and have a 2-minute warm-up.
Feels so different.
Yeah, wow. Lighting too.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Brandon Lawrence alongside Bryant Lynn. Bryant, we are in day 3 of our action here at Round Rock, Texas. We crowned a couple doubles champions on Friday night. We crowned our teams champions yesterday, and now we've got men's and women's singles today.
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty excited to play out the final day. You know, it's a long and tiring process, but it's all the more fun.
Absolutely, and right here we've got Benjamin Hartwicker from Texas A&M against No Kin Tong of University of Washington. We're in the men's singles round of 64. As a reminder, both of these players played in the round robin action on Friday evening.
Yeah, I think it's really nice that they have a round robin to warm up in. I think, you know, coming to a different state, obviously playing in a venue is so big, it takes some time to adjust. So they might have an advantage over players that, you know, maybe had to buy into the further rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that round robin action, No King Tong came in second place. He played against Alan Chen, Ganji Ren, and Shan Lin of Illinois. Came in second place there. Brian Hartwicker actually went 3-0 and won his group as well. So we're looking forward to a great round of 64 action here on table number 2. Here at the beautiful Round Rock Sports Center here in the sports capital of Texas, Round Rock, Texas.
Right, I think this venue has been used prior years in NCTTA national history, so it's pretty nice to see a familiar venue, and I think, you know, the conditions are great here. All the players are pretty happy with all the tables and the equipment.
Yeah, and you know we were here in 2016, 2018. Something happened in 2020, so we couldn't come here, and we're back here in 2022. So we're excited to be back here. And
Ben versus Bosco. Bosco to serve, 0-0.
all right, Bosco Tong to start this round of 64 match here on table number 2. First return into the net, and we are off here on table number 2. As a reminder, we've got streaming fork tables today. Tables 1, 2, 3, and 4.
This time the backhand flip is over the net. I think Nokin had served pretty heavy backspin the first ball, and then this time decided to go with a dead serve, allowing Hartwicker to really flip that ball with a nice spin.
1-2.
Yeah, what's it like, Bryant, playing a lefty in your first match of the day?
Oof, I know it's super tough being a righty and not really being used to training with lefties nor playing against them, so the lefty definitely has the advantage, you know, for the first few sets. It'll take some adjusting for Nokin.
And as a reminder, on the rating side, Hartwicker is a 2165 rated player. Tong is 2071, so it should be a very even matchup here today.
Yet again, another very good over-the-table backhand flip. I think Hartwicker's really comfortable flipping the backhand, and I'd like to see Nokin serve maybe a little bit more half-long and a little bit longer towards the forehand side.
Pretty even going here early on. 3-all with Hartwicker, 2 serves.
Very nice step around. I think the serve was a bit slow, a little telegraphed, and Nokin was more than happy to step around and rip it to wherever he pleased. Yet another serve that floats kind of long. Nokin, again, shows that he has no difficulty really looping those with a lot of quality.
Yeah, so with a sleepy start here. So Brian, what do you do, you know, after day 3 of the championships, 9 a.m. start time here local? What do you do to get yourself up and going right in the morning?
I think I would definitely prefer to wake up more than an hour prior to the matches. I know morning matches are the most difficult. Your body's not warmed up yet. You know, you haven't really opened your eyes completely. So I think it's really important, you know, wake up early in the morning, get some like a nice glass of water, maybe take a shower, and get into the hall early. And really, really warm up because all the players will be feeling it. You know, the body soreness, the inability to make as many forehands as you normally would be able to, right?
Nice forehands there from Hartwigger. But yeah, that's a great point. And as they go to the towel break here at 6-all, it's a long 3 days, right? You had a lot of these players have played in the team competition yesterday. The round robin for the team started on Friday. Knockout was yesterday, so they've had a long weekend so far at table tennis. So we're going to finish strong here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
6-7.
So pretty even so far here, Brian. What do you think needs to happen here for one player to separate themselves?
So I think they're both doing something that they're trying to exploit onto the other player. So, a great backhand down the line. Really, really unexpected. I think Noken was totally not ready for a ball to go that fast down the line. But to your point, I think Noken, he's starting to realize that Hartwigger is starting to flip a lot of his serves, right? So he's trying to keep the serve a little bit more spinny, maybe try and keep it more towards the forehand corner and short. Hartwigger is also recognizing that he's getting the ball to open first quite a lot. And so he's just drilling those balls into the back and more than happy to just continue looping one after the other from the forehand side.
Just off the net and long. Bosco's got one more serve here at 8-9, trying to level this first game. Tong loses both points on a serve. 9-all here.
I think 10-8, right?
Oh,
yeah.
10-8, excuse me. 10-8 tower break.
Noken seems a bit hesitant. I think a lot of the times he takes these shots a little bit further away from the table, waiting a second, maybe a little too long to take a swing. Obviously the nerve of the first game plays into that. Again, just like Hartwigger in that backhand, a little hesitant there. Both players, their timings are a little off, but I think, you know, they're just getting into it.
Ooh, net and long, 2 game points saved. 10-all here in the first game. And this is the forehand there.
Just the quality on that backhand flip is what's really getting Noken with his timings. Like, so much spin on it, it goes so deep and in like perfect placement, just right on that white line. Noken's just not able to receive that.
That's a great backhand return there.
Yeah, Noken proving that he also has a backhand of his own with a lot of spin that he can do with the receive.
We went for a lot there on the return. Missed it, and now Bosco Tong has his first game point. Forehand into the net. Bosco Tong takes the first game, 13-11, here in the men's singles round of 64. So Brian, you know, Hartwigger had his opportunities there.
Yeah,
Wasn't
just
able
like
to take
that last
advantage of it,
ball.
though.
Yeah, I think he's getting the perfect setups he wants. You know, the long ball to his forehand is like his bread and butter, right? He's so comfortable looping that normally, and then just playing off that, just keeping it pinned on Noken's backhand. But I think when the game got tighter, he was a little bit more tense and unable to produce the same quality of shots as he was in the early stage.
Yeah, and that proved to be the difference today. And as a reminder, in the round of 64 here in the men's singles championship, the winner of this match will play John McDermott of UMass. You know, we saw John yesterday in the team competition here on tables 1 and 2. A lot of energy. John's the 15 seed here. So the winner will play A little bit later today. The funny thing is with these singles, right? You win, you keep playing.
I know, and all these players are like, oh no, I have to play another, oh then another. It's just never ending, right? It just seems.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because the way the day will go along, we'll have women's singles in between each men's single, so it's really give a great mix of playing and give the players a chance to get a little break between matches. So it's a good problem to have, right? Going deep into a tournament and playing a lot of matches.
Yeah, I'm sure they're more than happy to be playing deep runs in this tournament.
All right, we've got Hartwigger to serve here. Great backhand return. Definitely gotten more comfortable as the match has gone along, Tong.
Yeah, I think, like we said, he was much more hesitant just when Hartwigger was looping. He's backing off the table and kind of fishing that backhand over.
Ooh, off the edge. You saw that yesterday in the co-ed team final, NYU winning on the net and then the edge ball.
That was an amazing rally.
Yeah, it was a great way to end that and a great co-ed team final yesterday. We've seen two tense starts in these first two games.
Ooh, that's a kind of loop that we hadn't seen in the first set. I think he was taking that a bit later, but with this ball that he was giving to Hartwigger, it wasn't that spinny of an opening, and you could really, really drive the ball forward on that forehand.
And Brian, how different is it, going from the team competition the last couple of days when you got the team here to now in the singles competition where each player's got one coach, maybe one person watching in the stands? How different is that coming into this day? As a player, how do you deal with that change in atmosphere?
Yeah, I think, to your point, I think the team matches and the singles matches are quite different because the team kind of relies on you to perform and score points in the team match. But I think in singles, you're much less hyped up with your team behind you and really focused on your own game. So to answer your point, I think with having only one coach, it can be actually kind of nice because there's not too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Really, one coach with one game plan is all you need, and as long as you and your coach are on the same page, you're set up for success in that sense. Oh, yeah. Great backhand opening again. I think Hartwigger's trying to get him to push that ball to him like he was getting that first set. But Sahil, I think, in UW's corner is telling No Kim to get that opening first and play out the rally the way he wants to play it.
Been a very even second game so far. No player taking more than a 1 point advantage. 6-all here. As a reminder, these are best 3 out of 5 matches here in the singles championship until we get into the semifinals. And then we go best of 7. Ooh, just missed.
2 unforced errors on the service receive. I think the idea to attack them was nice, but the execution, I think he was a little bit hasty with it. Just getting the first ball on the table with a lot of spin, that's what really gets him into those rallies.
Yeah, great block backhand there. Point goes long. Hartwigger's got the 9-7 advantage. 2 serves coming up here trying to close out the second game.
Yeah. Let's see what he decides to serve. I love that game plan by him. The short serve to the forehand, knowing that No Kim can't flip aggressively, and getting that sweet spot in his backhand to open really deep into the table.
Yeah, and the great serve. Turn goes long. Benjamin Hartwigger of Texas A&M takes the second game, 11-7.
Yeah, I really like the way he played that game. Coming into the second game, I think his game plan was a lot more solid than No Kim. No Kim seemed like he didn't really know what to do with his serve as well as his receive. We saw him dump 2 service receives into the net, just unforced errors on his end. But honestly, forced out by Hartwiger. The places he was serving, the balls that he was pushing and flipping and looping to, were always to his advantage. So I think No Kim going into this next one needs to figure out a way to neutralize that backhand opening by Hartwiger. It's giving him a lot of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see, a lot of matches like this. The higher rated player, first game's a feeling out game, and Tong came out strong with a good game plan, and then Hartwiger makes the adjustments the second game. So now we can see what further adjustments are made in this upcoming third game.
Yeah, it's proving to be a pretty solid match so far. A lot of really, really nice power openings by both players.
Absolutely. Here in the men's singles round of 64. It's going to be a great day of table tennis. Hope everyone sticks around. We'll have men's and women's singles all day long. We'll see what I like about the singles as well is you see a lot of different variety on these two courts. We'll see a lot of different players. We'll have a lot of different styles of matches today here on tables 1 and 2. And we're excited for a great conclusion of our 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. He couldn't keep that serve short enough.
Yeah, so actually what happened, he did the same serve that he did the first set, but Hartwiger didn't recognize that it was long and pushed it instead. And so No Kim trying to do the same serve, but receiving a different response this time.
Yeah, Bosco going for a lot on both of those returns.
Right. So I thought with the first receive, I thought he took it a lot more safe. And I think that going into this game, he recognized from the previous that he had to put a lot more spin on his receive to begin with.
Ooh, that's a nice serve.
Yeah, this one floats just enough for it to be perfectly half long. A much more difficult shot to open with off the service receive.
Yeah, I think Hartwiger wants that one back. The right shot just goes a bit long. 3-4. 2 forehand errors from Hartwiger now. 5-3.
Maybe a little bit scared after that half long.
Oh, what a forehand.
Great soft direction by No Kim. You saw that backhand over the table, had so much spin, and Hartwiger's forced to just block it pretty slow and high for No Kim to really step around and rip it anywhere he pleases.
So it's always the apology off the net, Always makes me laugh a little bit. Oh, what a forehand. The apology that always makes me crack up is off the edge, It's like, sorry. It's as if, as if I wasn't going for that. Good point there from Tong. Opens up an 8-4 lead here.
With that ball, I'd like to see Hartwiger really, after the forehand opening, try and utilize his forehand again for that next shot. He gets the spin really deep into No Kim's backhand. He's expecting that ball to come back pretty slow and high for him. And I think trying to rip it with the backhand is just too high of a chance for error,
Yeah, absolutely. Now Tong's got 2 serves here at 8-4. Forehand's been going off a little bit here for Hartwiger. That's a frustration backhand down 4-9. both these serves here. 5 game points here for Bosco Tong here in the third game. Looking to take the crucial third game and go up 2-1. Is that the swing that you take up 10-5?
Yeah, I think, you know, at that point, people, even myself, I would just assume that the game is in the bag and really go for the more riskier, flashier shots.
Backhand return into the net from Hartwigger, and Bosco Tong takes the third game, 11-6.
A hint of frustration there at the end, I think, obviously, understanding that he had so many opportunities to really get the opening on the table and just unable to capitalize, right? And he'll walk back to his side of the court and trying to come up with a game plan of how to utilize those openings more. Because if he wants to come back into this game, I think he's going to have to find those openings much more consistently than he currently is.
Yeah, after a really solid second game, Hartwigger's level dropped there. And I think Bosco also raised his as well. And that's how the score flips to 11-6.
Yeah, No Kim was doing a really good job of keeping the serve to the forehand. But I think he's serving long, maybe intentionally, because he's understanding that Hartwigger wants to come in with that backhand and flip. So it might be a plan of him and his coach, Sahil, in that corner there, to try and neutralize that backhand flip close to the net. And he's serving a lot of backspin pretty deep long to that forehand.
Yeah, so we'll see what adjustments they make as the umpire calls time. I want to thank all of our great umpires and great volunteers here today. It's been a long 3 days, right? You know, a lot of these umpires came in on Wednesday and Thursday to help set up, and
yeah, definitely.
It's been a great 3 days of college table tennis action. So
yeah, back then, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I didn't really understand the effort that it took to set up a tournament like this. So being on the volunteer end, having done the scorekeeping and the video crew tech stuff, I'm much more appreciative.
It takes a village to make these tournaments happen. Nice start there from Hartwigger with a nice forehand.
Great serve by Hartwigger. Really keeping No Kim guessing as to whether or not the serve's going to come half long and what kind of spin it is.
Yeah, just can't connect on that forehand. 1-all early. Yeah, you can see a little fist pump from Tong. Especially when you're playing the high-rated player, you don't want this match to go 5.
Right, indeed. So Hartwigger there, those last 2 balls, I think he's getting the balls he wants back, but the shot selection after the opening can be a little adjusted.
Yeah, a quick 5-1 lead here for Tong. A few errors here creep into the game, his game, the last couple games. Yeah, it's a great forehand. Recognize that early. Yeah, that serve's been causing him problems, huh?
Yeah, I think it's the story of unforced errors these last 2 games. Now he has the confidence to really go for shots like that.
Yeah, opened up a huge 8-1 lead here. 3 points away from the round of 32. And Tong's got serving at 9-1 here. Looking to close out this match.
Oh, an amazing forehand. Nothing to lose, just goes for the best shot possible and just drives his entire body forward.
And the backhand return goes long. Bosco Tong defeats Benjamin Hartwigger in our opening match here on table 2 in the men's singles round of 62.
And in convincing fashion. That was a very, very well played game by No Kim.
Yeah, so Bosco Tong takes the first match here on table 2 and will advance to face John McDermott of UMass coming up here later today. That was a good first match to start us off here, huh?
Yeah, it was a pleasure watching that. I think both players, utilized their forehands in a way that try to pin the other person back, and it was just a story about who could be the more consistent one.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to sign off here for a quick second. Coming up next here on table number 2, we've got women's singles round of 32 action between Mingyu Zhu of Boston College and Trinity Sung of Cal Poly. We'll be back in a second, but until then, Brandon Lawrence signing off next to Bryant Lint. Brian, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for having me, Brandon.
All right. We'll be back here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
Can I grab my
morning. Good morning. Do you have a coach? No. Do you have a coach?
Yes, I do.
Right there. Okay. So if you don't have a coach, that means if someone comes, they cannot coach you. Okay. I mean, I don't want you to say someone came and they're going to come and you got to tell me now. No coach, and that's your coach. All right. So, ladies, one side is red, one side is blue. Who wants to call it?
Red.
She's calling red. Okay.
Good morning and welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
Sure.
Brandon Lawrence alongside Tim Wong. We are in the women's singles round of 32 here at the Round Rock Sports Center. We've got a matchup here between Mingyu Zhu of Boston College and Trinity Sung of Cal Poly. Tim, it's been a great couple days of table tennis so far, and we're going to finish it off here strong with a great day of singles action.
Definitely agree. They saved the best for last, for sure.
We see a little discussion here going on early. Looks like the umpire is enforcing the one coach per player limit here in the singles.
Even if it's a maybe. Okay. All right. Here we go. Your 2-minute warm-up starts now.
All right, and as the players start to warm up here in table number 2, give you a quick, brief rundown of what's going on today. We've just finished the first men's round of 64 matchup here. We've got 4 tables streaming, 1 through 4. Right now, we've got our first women's singles matchup here. Mingyu Zhu and Trinity Sung. Winner of this match has a little bit of a rough draw, Tim. The winner gets Zhen Deng in the round of 16.
Wow. Is she the top seed of the tournament?
Number 2 seed.
Number 2 seed of the tournament. Yeah, I saw her play yesterday in the co-ed team match. And playing unbelievable. I mean, I think she lost to Angela, but it was in close margins.
Yeah, Angela's number 1. Angela Guan from California is number 1 seed. Zhen Deng, number 2 seed. Zhen's played a lot of table tennis so far, winning the women's doubles, playing in both the co-ed and the women's team for Texas Wesleyan, and now today playing in the women's singles. But that'll come later today. Right now we've got a match between Mingyu Zhu, who is rated 1990, Trinity Sung 1870. So it should be a pretty even matchup here today. Well, yeah, you know, and Tim, that's one of the great things about this tournament is that, you know, if you don't have a strong team, right? So Trinity, Cal Poly, not in the team competition. Same with Mingyu Zhu. But the single competition still gives players an opportunity whose teams might not be as strong, still a chance to compete here at the College Table Tennis Championships.
Yeah, that's right. In a team match, you know, you need like at least 3 strong players in order to have a decent shot of making it far in the draw. But in singles, you don't really have anybody else to worry about but yourself, so it's all in your hands.
Yeah, we touched a little bit on this last match, and I'm curious your thoughts too. How different is it coming into these matches, you know, from the team competition, right, where you have the team around you? You know, is it sometimes simpler, just with one coach, one voice in your ear, playing for yourself, or do some players feed on the team atmosphere more?
You know, I think that's a personal preference. Definitely, the team match has its own benefits. You have your supporters sitting in the background cheering you on and pumping you up. But in the singles, some people like it. Some people like being out there and being the lone wolf.
I think that we'll see today the difference in dynamics between the players, and they're underway here. A couple good rallies to start us off. Zhu takes a 2-0 lead. Yeah, a couple far apart colleges here, Cal Poly and Boston College converging here in Round Rock, Texas for this match. I think we had a few schools win the award for longest trip here. UW from Seattle, got the far northeastern schools too, so it's great to see everyone back after a few years off.
So he's doing a good job, putting pressure on the Sung's middle area, but Sung is doing also a good job adjusting to that and seeing what's happening early on. deep long push from Sung into Zhu's backhand, and Zhu not able to react and keep up.
That was a nice forehand there. They rolled at the ball, hit the paddle after the table, so point there for Zhu. 2 quick points there for Zhu. Trinity Sung serving at 4-6. Nice forehand there.
Nice forehand for sure. It looks like Sung is using short pips on the forehand side, hitting with a fast, quick, flat action.
Yeah, she's got that butterfly firestorm in her forehand. Backhand with the inverted Jula energy green power. So
Yeah, that short pips is kind of dangerous because when you hit the ball, you can't produce a lot of spin. And it's generally like a flat shot most of the time. It's a little bit harder to hit against backspin, but against topspin, it can be very dangerous.
absolutely, as that serve goes long, Trinity Sung with 2 serves here, down 6-8. Another fault serve gives Mingyu Zhu 4 game points here. Nice backhand from Zhu. Mingyu Zhu of Boston College takes the first game 11-7 here in the women's singles round of 32. So Tim, I wonder, with, obviously every university, any institution of higher learning, it obviously prevents, a lot of, not distractions for the players, but, players have to also go to school, right? And I wonder at a school like Cal Poly, which has a exceptional reputation for, rigor, I don't know if that causes any issues training for their players.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, these guys got to study, right? They have to spend hours and hours on the books rather than on the table. I mean, I think that they try to find any opportunity that they can to practice and try to, at least maintain their skills while they're going to school at the same time.
Yeah, and you wonder for training a little bit if the school has her a little bit out of practice, but it's great to see that they can take 3 days off and come out to Round Rock to compete in our championships. I feel like if you get into Cal Poly, you're probably focusing more on your schoolwork than your table tennis.
Definitely so.
Ooh, just off the net and long.
Zhu's doing a good job controlling the rally. She's not overhitting and generally, keeping the ball short and pushing, forcing Sung to open. And as I mentioned earlier, with the short pimple rubber, it's a little more difficult to lift those backspin balls. You want to get into topspin rallies and hit the ball flat.
Yeah, and the different styles. I know yesterday with Eduardo, we saw the Japanese pen hold. We've got a nice rally. Forehand goes wide. How tough is it, Tim, coming into these 9:30 a.m. local time match after 2 full days of table tennis?
It's definitely tough after playing, you know, men's doubles, mixed doubles, or women's doubles, and then co-ed teams and women's teams. It's definitely, you know, a lot of matches to be played, and this is the final stretch, so this is really the battle of who's the strongest here.
Great rally.
Great rally. It looked like Trinity Sun was out of position for a second, but she was able to, you know, play her strong topspin, her strong forehand smash, and then get ready to finish it off with the high ball.
Yeah, we saw this pattern in the first game as well. Tight opening, close throughout. And then at the end of the first game, Zhu was able to pull ahead. We'll see if Sun can keep it closer this one.
Zhu's still doing a good job, really pressuring the middle of Sung.
Ooh. It's a bad miss on that backhand side like you're talking about with the short pips. Interesting decision there. Zhu decided not to attack, put it back, and
Yeah, that was interesting, huh? The ball was a little bit high. Decided to push it back, and Sung coming in with a great backhand topspin.
that's a tough forehand miss. You can tell that was the play she wanted. Set it up well, just couldn't connect on the forehand. Zhu with an 8-5 lead here. Second game, women's singles, round of 32. See, Trinity's had some success pulling her out wide, huh?
I think that's a good strategy for her because Zhu on the backhand half of the table, she looks like she's pretty comfortable being able to push and also open and rally as we see right here. What she needs to do, what Sung needs to do is go wide out to the forehand, really push her out of position and then try to bring her back to the backhand side.
Yeah, Zhu definitely seems very comfortable in those rallies. That was an important point there from Sung to stay within striking distance. Yeah, nice rally there from Sung. Open it up, going to Zhu's forehand, and now she's got one more serve down, 8-9.
Yeah, it's hard to switch once the rally gets started, but I think like what you mentioned earlier, right, which is the very first ball she needs to go wide out to the forehand first, kind of put Zhu out of position early on rather than, you know, playing a rally on the backhand side and then switching.
Yeah, backhand return goes long. Mingyu Zhu of Boston College takes the second game, 11-8. And takes a 2-love lead here in this women's singles round of 32. Pretty similar pattern to the first game. Tight early, and then Zhu able to pull ahead at the end there. So coming up next here on table number 2, we're going to have a great matchup here between Sahil Puri of University of Washington against Calvin Chan of NYU. That's coming up at the conclusion of this match. So going into the third game here, Tim, we've seen, you know, Zhu be the more consistent player toward the end, you know, winning those longer rallies. What does Sung need to do here to get back in this match?
Yeah, so I think Zhu is doing a good job. I mean, she's playing pretty solid, pushing, controlling, and then opening when she needs to. I think just like what we mentioned a little bit earlier, for Sung, she needs to, you know, be maybe a little bit more aggressive and then definitely play more to the right-hand side of the table, you know, trying to force Zhu to open on the forehand side or push from the forehand side and give, you know, some more opportunities to be aggressive.
Yeah, we'll see if she can do that. We're underway here in the third game. Yeah, she has to start getting some returns in though.
So it looks like Sung is still going over to the backhand side. And I mean, that's a common thing when you're training and you don't have specific like goals or or if you're only practicing with right-handers all the time, right? If you practice with right-handers, then the tendency is hit everything into the backhand side. So that's where the variety of training partners is also very important too. You need to have some lefties that you practice with and practice covering the entire table.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw there Sung trying to go to the forehand but missing. It seems like she has her pattern that she's comfortable with and is keeps going to it, but unfortunately it's not been an advantageous matchup for her today. Zhu serving up 3-1 here, third game. A nice long serve there. Yeah, a little fist bump there from Sung.
Nice fast rally. Trying to stay in this match here. Now she's trailing 2-5. She definitely needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah, trying to be more aggressive there, but the forehand just goes long. Probably the right play for her, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. That ball is an opportunity. Came a little bit high, half long. That was the right shot to take for sure.
Yeah, what a great block there by Zhu. Long serve to the backhand, but the backhand goes long.
Good serve from Sung, serving that ball deep long into the middle of Zhu. That's also a good strategy as well. So I think that, as long as Trinity can keep the ball into the middle and forehand side and really pressure that half of the table, I think she has a good chance to come back.
Ooh, great forehand block there from Zhu. Off a good attack from Sung. 8-4 here for Zhu. Yeah, great solid play there from Zhu. Gives her 6 match points to advance to the round of 16. And there we have it. Mingyu Zhu of Boston College defeats Trinity Sung of Cal Poly. 11-7, 11-8, 11-4 to advance to the women's singles round of 16. Zhu just pretty solid that match, huh?
Definitely very solid. She didn't overplay at all. She controlled the whole match, pushed when she needed to, opened when she needed to. Only that very last ball where she kind of like ripped it with her backhand. That was a little bit more aggressive, but overall she showed that she was the dominant player in this match.
Yeah, and she advances to take on Zhen Deng of Texas Wesleyan in the round of 16. Coming up next here on table number 2, we've got men's singles round of 32 action between Sahil Puri of University of Washington and Calvin Chan of NYU. We'll be back here in a second. Brandon Lawrence signing off here with Tim Wong. Thank you for watching the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
you want blue or white?
Blue.
White, you want to receive?
I'll receive.
Receive. Are you okay with this side? 2 minutes more.
Welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships here on table number 2. Brandon Lawrence alongside the Olympian Tim Wong. Tim, we are here in the men's singles round of 32 between Calvin Chan of NYU and Sahil Puri of University of Washington.
Yeah, so far in the warm-ups, it looks like both sides have a pretty decent or pretty strong forehand, I would say. So I'm hoping that we can see a lot of fireworks in this matchup right here.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be a great matchup here today. Sahil Puri got the bye into this match. Calvin Chan defeated Devon De Leon from UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio, in straight sets. Calvin Chan is rated 23-45, Sahil Puri 24-22. So the rating stage should be an even match, 10 versus the 19 seed. So we're looking forward to a great match here on table 2 here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Going around the grounds real quick. As a reminder, we've got tables 1 through 4 streaming here. It's a great day of singles actions. You just saw the women's singles round of 32 on this court. Coming up next on table number 2, we've got Ji Lu of University of Virginia against Eden Ji of Texas. That'll be the women's singles round of 16 at the conclusion of this match. All right, Tim, the warm-up's completed here. Getting ready to go. Here's Calvin Chan to start us off.
Good first opening from Sahil, going wide out to the forehand first. We saw Calvin Chan, stepping around early, but got caught by Sahil.
Yeah, and Calvin Chan won his group yesterday. And Sahil Puri got the bye here into the round of 32.
Both evenly matched so far. Calvin Chan leading 3-1.
Well, it's funny how, Calvin Chan as the number 19 seed here got out of his group. It shows you how stacked the NYU co-ed team was. He didn't play in the knockout round yesterday for NYU. Just an unbelievably stacked team with Jeremy Hazin, the Canadian Olympian, Zhenshao Wang, who defeated, lost a really close one to Gallaghetti in the final, Tom Feng, Mudit Danny. It's a team's, the NYU co-ed team was stacked yesterday, and they ended up winning the team championship.
That's right, and I don't think our U.S. Olympian Tom Feng played in the finals either.
No, he didn't.
It shows you how strong that team really is,
Yes.
how much depth.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry, Calvin Chan actually did play in the final, defeating Bahavi Desai in the second singles matchup, so they brought him in for the final. That's a great luxury to have, bringing in Calvin Chan for the final. Yeah, great forehand.
Very strong, very good eye, seeing that ball half long, and really putting the pressure on Sahil.
Great forehand. Looks like both players are looking to attack early in these points. Oh, great defense from Chan. Ends with the ball off the edge. That's the point that Puri's going to try and play, though, right?
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, he has Calvin off the table. He's putting the pressure on, keeping it, but just a little bit unfortunate that the ball hit the edge of the table there.
Chan attacking the return, up 7-5 here in the first game. Yeah, we've seen so far as the day has gone on, the intensity rising with every match as players get deeper in the draw. What was your mindset going into these singles competitions? Were you trying to conserve energy early?
That was a good save from Calvin, but a little too close to the net, a little too high. And Sahil coming in to smash the ball. Good heavy opening from Sahil. I think that's what we're going to need to see a little bit more from Sahil in this matchup, because he was missing his openings earlier and he was trying to be more aggressive, but this slow heavy spin is also really hard to deal with too. What are you going to do? You're going to block it? You're going to counter loop? Gives the opponent some decision making.
Can get the ball over the net. 8-all here in the first game. Very fun and even game so far. Puri finding the opportunity to attack. Yeah, a couple strong points there from Puri, gives him 2 game points.
Good eyes from Calvin seeing that half long. And he made the right choice trying to go in for the opening, just barely off the table.
Great defense there from Chan, saves the game point. Ooh.
That was an interesting idea. I mean, at 10-9, really surprising your opponent. Just unfortunately made an error.
And now Calvin Chan from 8-10 down, now to 10-all. One serve. Went for the big forehand. Another game point here for Puri. Great forehands. Sahil Puri, University of Washington, takes the first game 12-10. Really entertaining match so far.
Yeah, and I really like what he did on the last point, opening, just safe, putting the right amount of spin, keeping the ball on the table, putting the pressure on Calvin, forcing him to back up, and then Calvin lobbed the ball, and that gave Sahil the opportunity to really finish that last ball. So I think that's what we're going to need to see from Sahil. Not overplaying, taking the right shots, and getting the right opportunities.
Absolutely, and according to the ratings, that's how it should go, right? Really close match, he'll finish it off. What does Calvin Chan need to do now to kind of reverse that pattern?
Yeah, I think he's also playing quite well. He's definitely more aggressive than Sahil, you know, playing his shots and going for his opportunities. I think in order for him to win this match, he needs to tighten up his serves and, you know, maybe take a little bit more risk, because according to ratings, he's a little bit of an underdog. So, you know, when you play somebody higher than you, sometimes you have to go for broke, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw a few of those huge forehands in the first game. Fury to start serving. Big forehand to start. We see Fury going for two big forehands to start it off. That one just clipped the net and went long. So when a player misses a forehand like that, is it just because they misread the spin a little bit and the speed?
Yeah, that ball was definitely a little bit shorter than he was anticipating. He had a right strategy to serve long. But when you get ready to play that forehand topspin, you need to produce enough space. So you take a little step back, but then as soon as you see it shorter, you need to be able to come forward and move into the table.
Yeah, big forehand there from Fury.
There's a good opening from Sahil, opening down the line to the forehand of Chan. Not able to connect the second wall. This is something pretty interesting from Calvin. Like, he's, you know, most of the time players at a higher level, they try to serve short and control that short rally. Calvin is serving quite a few long balls. Maybe he's not comfortable in the short rally and wants to get into the topspin rally as soon as possible.
Yeah, and so far though, that's kind of been an advantage to Fury, hitting those forehands. And there you saw him serve a little shorter, drew the error off the return, and we're tied at 4-all here. That was a great effort there from Chan to stay on that ball.
That ball had so much spin on it. Puri coming inside out with his backhand. That was like a little side backspin that came over.
So allowing that return into the net. We're at 5-all here. Just off the top of the racket.
Again, starting with the long serve. Sahil's looking pretty comfortable in that receive, though. I think Calvin definitely needs to tighten up his serves and maybe try to serve a few more short balls rather than giving Sahil all the opportunities to open up in the rally.
Absolutely, that's been a great pattern for him so far. Fury with 2 serves, up 7-5. Yeah, Fury seems very comfortable this game.
He's just making his like tight, spinny openings, which is working for him right now. So there's really no need to overhit at this point. Maybe if he gets a really good opportunity, he can hit the ball a little bit harder, but I think he's playing great right now.
Yeah, he's very comfortable with those shots. Chan's forehand into the net. 5 game points here in the second game. Yeah, great forehand direction. Sahil Puri takes game 2, 11-5 over Calvin Chan of NYU. Here in the men's singles, round of 32. So Tim, we've seen tight first game, ending up with Puri taking it much more one-sided second game, with Calvin Chan not being able to do much to disrupt him. So if you're Chan's coach over there, what are you telling him right now to try and get him back in this match?
Definitely needs to tighten up his serves. He needs to serve a little bit more short. I would say short into the forehand side, kind of force Puri to come in and maybe push the ball or try to flip with the forehand side. And then really try to get his forehand into the rallies and work on probably getting a little more aggressive on the third ball attack. Seems like Puri, on the opening and in the rally, seems pretty comfortable. So I think Calvin needs to try to finish it within 3 to 5 balls.
Yeah, we'll see if he can do that and make any adjustments here to get back in this match. Chan to serve, third game. That's a great forehand.
Also a very good serve as well, serving that ball half long, forcing Puri to open with a soft spinny opening, and it really gave him a chance to tee off on top of the ball.
Yeah, and that's that aggression you were talking about him needing.
Oh. Puri looking really solid right now, being able to brush on the backhand, getting opportunities with the forehand and finishing it.
Yeah, it's a great pattern for him. Great 2 forehands, gives him a 3-1 lead here in the third game. Yeah, Chan has to buckle down here to not let this third game get away from him. Fault serve and 5-1 here at the first towel break. It's funny, you see Chan playing faster. Puri's the one that's, taking advantage of, the time between points. And a timeout here from Calvin Chan of NYU.
Seems like Calvin's really feeling the pressure right now. As you said, he was playing faster and faster, right? So that's a common mistake that players make, in these situations, especially playing on tape.
Absolutely. And we're back here with Sahil Puri. 2 serves, serving at 5-1, third game. Chan couldn't get that ball down. Yeah, there's that aggression there.
Right, so far it looks like the timeout's been working. He's won 2 out of the last 3 points. Let's see if he can continue it and stay in this match by winning game 3.
He struggled with the serve so far this game. We'll see what we can do here. Not a bad serve, but Puri too good. Changed up the return there. Yeah, Puri too comfortable with those forehands.
He's giving a lot of opportunities to Sahil to be able to tee off on those shots. Definitely needs to stay a little bit closer. And even if he's blocking the ball, he needs to look for an opportunity to transition from defense back to offense.
Yeah, Puri's had a lot of success with that forehand going to his backhand. You know, Chan's looking to wind up, and he goes behind him a little bit, and giving him a 9-4 lead. Misfires on that forehand here. So Puri has 6 match points to advance to the round of 16. Seemed like Puri didn't quite go for that ball.
Yeah. There was a net in there that where he looked like he wasn't even flustered at all, just brought it back with no problem.
Couple points here for Calvin Chan, looking to put a little more pressure on him. Puri's got 4 more match points. Backhand from Calvin Chan goes long. Sahil Puri from University of Washington has defeated Calvin Chan of NYU in straight sets, 12-10, 11-5, 11-6 to advance to the men's singles round of 16. Pretty comprehensive effort from Puri.
Most definitely. As the match went on, he looked like he was more and more comfortable. First game was a little bit shaky, but as we can see the scores here, 5 and 6, it looked like he was quite in control.
Yeah, it's a great effort from Puri, and he's next match is going to play Eduardo Tomoki with the Japanese penhold. That'll be in the round of 16. Table assignments have not yet been assigned for that one. We'll be back here shortly with the women's singles round of 16 between Ji Lu and Eden Ji. That should be a great matchup here coming up next on Table 2. So thank you all for watching the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. We'll be back with that women's singles round of 16 match shortly. Brandon Lawrence alongside Tim Wong. Thanks for watching from Round Rock, Texas.
Good morning. My name is Martin. I'll be your umpire today. Okay. I usually don't interject in matches, but I will give you warning if there is a service error. I usually don't dock points quickly. Okay. I'm going to ask you to look for black or white. Right. All right. I'm going to serve first. Yeah. Which side would you like to be on? That side front? Yeah. And your 2-minute warm-up starts now.
Welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Brandon Lawrence alongside Tim Wong. Tim, we're just rolling back and forth with these matches, huh? It's been a great day so far here on the show courts. And up next here is women's singles round of 16 action between Ji Lu of University of Virginia and Eden Ji of Texas.
Been seeing a lot of good action so far indeed, and really excited to see what's going on over here. We have Eden Lee at 22-38 versus Jia Lu at 21-10.
Yeah, Tim, and we've seen Eden Ji a lot this tournament. Texas made a deep run in the women's team competition. Her and her partner finished with the silver medal in the women's doubles competition on Friday evening. So we've seen a lot. Ji Lu, we have not seen her with University of Virginia not making the nationals. So it'll be interesting to see how this match goes. Both players had a bye in the round of 32, so we'll start here in the women's singles round of 16 between Lu and Ji, with Ji to start.
A little bit of a lucky break on the first point. Tell you what, Eden's been looking very solid throughout this tournament. I mean, she's, very, very fast, stays close to the table, and has a pretty explosive forehand.
She does, and Ji Lu has been tested throughout this tournament. She was in the group stage, and she finished 3-0 in her round robin. So she had a great round robin. Ji's played a lot of table tennis so far this weekend. And Ji takes an early 4-0 lead. Yeah, good point there from Lu. Looking to stay close to the table.
Great rally, and I think that's what we're going to see a lot of in this matchup. Both players are staying kind of pretty close to the table and seem confident once the rally gets into play.
Was that a little bit of a no-look serve there? Yeah. Did she look away a little bit there? Lu just getting pushed back a little bit there with the forehand going into the net. Ji with a 6-2 lead. Great rally. Lu just too strong.
Lu is looking pretty aggressive, which is, what she's going to need to do in order to have a chance at this match.
Ooh, that's a nice rally there from Lu.
It's a very smart play too. She had Eden off the table, took a step back, and then Lu coming in and blocking it, trying to bring her back in.
Yeah, we've seen so far a lot of underdogs so far, kind of struggle a little bit the first game. Come in slow. We saw that a lot yesterday. So it's great to see here a really good start here from Lu. Ooh, commentator jinx.
Yeah.
As I say that, fault serve goes long. Eden Ji's got a 7-5 lead here with 2 serves. Yeah, that return's not going to cut it.
She's definitely got to tighten up her service receives. If she's not able to keep the ball short and low, then sometimes the better strategy is just pushing it deep long or opening and playing a topspin rally.
Yeah, you saw that there, but off the edge, and a 9-5 lead here for Ji. Yeah,
another lucky break there.
Yeah,
First one is on the edge, next one on the net.
Yep. Yeah, when you're the underdog, that's a rough break, and Eden Ji takes the first game 11-5 over Ji Lu. Ji got to a good start. Lu played a good middle, and then Ji pulls away at the end.
Yeah, Yeah, a couple lucky breaks, but I think the first game overall, they stayed pretty close throughout the beginning of the game, and then a few lucky breaks and few errors gave Eden the opportunity to take it out pretty comfortably in this game one.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, when you're the underdog like Lou, you have such fewer margin for error, right? And so you saw that where, when she was on her game, she was playing really tight with G, but G's quality over the course of the game kind of wins out there. And we'll see if Lou can up her game here and see how the second game goes here in the women's singles round of 16. You can hear all the clapping in the background with the men's singles and the women's singles round of 16 and 32 going on. We've got 20 competition tables here at the Round Rock Sports Center. We've got 14 practice tables. So it's been a great setup here. And we're looking forward to a great day 3 here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. All right, Lou will get us started here in the second game. That's a really good rally there from Lou.
Very good opening from Lou this game, keeping her game tight, opening quick off the bounce and playing a solid topspin rally.
Early 3-1 lead here for Lou from the University of Virginia. Fantastic campus in Charlottesville, Virginia. Where the Virginia division director has been hosting their matches there, so they got a great facility there at the University of Virginia. And historically, they've had a very good team, so it's good to see them represented again today in the championships. Great forehand.
Such explosive power from that forehand. Definitely saw the opportunity and had no hesitation.
Yeah, that's what you want from her, though, right? Is that aggression to try and. Great rally ends with the G forehand going wide. 7-3 lead here for Lou.
Eden showing a little bit of her aggressive side as well. Unfortunately, that last forehand just went barely off the side of the table.
Yeah, heavy backhand there. Ooh. Set that point up so nicely, but couldn't finish.
Jim's doing a little bit more aggressive style of play, taking more chances, which I kind of like that. In this game too, obviously she's leading 8-4. It looks like it's working, right? So if she's confident in it, I definitely think that she should continue.
Yeah, not let G take control of these points, which she's been so good at. Quick service turn goes long, and G Lou of the University of Virginia has 6 game points to level this matchup at 1-all. Net and long, G Lou wins the second game, 11-4. That was a blink and you missed it game. Lou played way more aggressively that game and it paid off. And just like that, this match is level.
I think she did a really good thing here, being aggressive, and this game it worked. She landed all of the shots that she needed to make. She made maybe 1 or 2, unforced errors, but overall, if she wants to win this match, I think it's working.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. I think it's interesting too. I mean, day 3 of this, and G has obviously played way more table tennis so far. Physically they're all college students, train a lot. It's not a problem. Mentally, do you think it can wear on you a little bit as you get to this point in the tournament?
Definitely so, especially in day 3. Like yesterday, I was talking to the number 2 seed, Dunzen, and she said she played 9 matches. So over a course of a day, I mean, that definitely has a toll on your body and your mind, and getting reset and refocused for the last day of competition is sometimes a little bit tough.
I think you might see that here a little bit, especially Lou just playing the 3 matches yesterday. And obviously we have all the practice course and all of the tables, so it's not like she hasn't been practicing this tournament, 3 competition matches, but also, staying ready for her singles matches. But definitely creates an interesting dynamic when someone's not in the team competition, but in the singles competition and playing here. So, G to serve. Yeah, first point, G looking to be a little more assertive. Oh, huge forehand.
Great save from Eden, catching the top of the net, being able to brush the ball, and another great topspin. Jia just, showing how powerful she really is.
Ooh, that's a great rally. Lou with a couple of great adjustments, but the final forehand goes long. And early 2-1 lead. Oh. She's swinging much more freely.
Very explosive.
Yeah. She comes untied there, but you're right though. Very explosive, very free. Let's see if she can keep that up. Ooh.
It looks like Lou is very comfortable off of the balls that are a little bit higher, and when Eden digs the ball deep with a lot of backspin, that's what Lou is struggling with. So I think in this matchup, if Eden wants to, give heavy backspin into the forehand side and force Jia to make a slower, weaker opening, I think that'll be a chance for her to take advantage of the weakness.
Yeah, definitely see that backhand into the net, but overall, Lou's forehand's been very comfortable these last couple games. So it's up to G to try and get her out of her rhythm. Yeah, that's the move there from G. Yeah, throws the hands up. She was there too. Yeah, really even match so far. 7-5 advantage for G here. Yeah, such a great point there from Lou.
Great backhand, aggressive opening from Jia Liu.
Yeah, the score is incorrect on there. It's 8-7 G right now. Really tight match here. Ooh, forehand into the net, ties it up. 8-all.
Wow, that was kind of an interesting forehand chop block. Did you see that?
Yes.
Jia made a great forehand opening, and this side spin kind of, wow, that was good. I haven't really seen that before.
Yeah, and you saw Lou questioning a little bit, but a really nice recovery there. We're at 9-all here with Lou with 2 serves. So it's such a crucial point of this match. 1-all in games. Ooh, backhand goes long. You've seen Lou be a little more conservative there with these points recently. She's not swinging as freely as she did before, but as opposed to the first game, playing really strong.
Right, and at this crucial moment at 9-9, 10-9,
Ooh.
You're going to see players playing a little bit tighter. They don't want to make any simple mistakes.
No, absolutely. Ball comes over 10-all. Ooh, G's forehand goes wide. She hasn't been connecting on that forehand very often in this game. Game point for Liu. Ooh, forehand goes long. Ji Liu of University of Virginia takes the third game, 12-10. That was a really good game.
That was so close, 12-10. At 10-9, it looked like Jia was gonna take it out, but then she had that service error, letting Eden have a chance to even up the score, but still looking strong.
Absolutely. We've seen Ji play a lot of tight matches so far. She seems a little less comfortable this match than I think we saw over the course of the day yesterday.
Yeah, and it looks like Eden is taking a little bit more chances now. It looks like Jia has finally found her rhythm, her pace. So in order for Eden to, come back into this match, I think she needs to change up her strategy. Instead of pushing, directly into the backhand or the forehand side, like what we've been seeing so far, probably pressuring the middle of the body of Jia to come back.
And we've seen Ji also cut down the errors a lot, which has been really beneficial for her as well. And here we are, the women's singles round of 16. Game 4 coming up here. It's been a great day of action so far. I feel like we just got here and we've seen 4 matches so far. It's been a great day. Coming up next here on table number 2, we've got the men's round of 16 action. Santiago Montez Solarte of Texas Wesleyan against William Bai of UC Irvine. That should be a great one, but we got a great conclusion coming up here in this match. Game 4. See a little frustration on G's face.
You see Eden pressuring the middle, the body of Jia, which is exactly what she needs to be doing right now.
A long serve works for her. Definitely a riskier serve for her, though.
She's getting all the right opportunities, though. She's opening the ball right into the middle, playing the right strategy. Just sometimes you make some mistakes.
That was great recovery there from Liu. Takes a big swing in the forehand. Doesn't quite connect it. It comes back quick and she's able to block it and force the error. 3-all. And Tim, both players playing very fast so far. Would you advise either of these players to slow down a little bit? Or do you think they're just in rhythm so they're going?
I think they're both in rhythm. It's like game 4 right now, so definitely nothing really to hold back on.
Long serve sets it up and at 5-all.
Looks like Eden is overhitting a little bit now.
Yeah, perhaps feeling the pressure down 1-2.
Yeah, definitely needs to add some more spin on her openings, and then look for the right opportunity to kill. I'm not saying don't hit the ball hard, but it's probably better to start with a slow spinnier opening.
Ooh, the return goes long. Missed opportunity there. We're at 7-all. That was a smart play from Liu.
Moving the ball wide out into the forehand side, catching Eden off guard, off leg.
Absolutely. 7-8 Lutzer. A couple errors in the game here from 7-5 to 9-7. Ji Liu 2 points after the match. At that point, Eden G calls timeout.
Good time to call a timeout. Only 2 more points for Jia to win this match, so definitely don't want to give her any opportunities to get any more comfortable.
Yeah, so at this point, you know, if you're G's coach, are you telling her just to stay strong, stay focused? Got a couple big serves coming up here.
Yeah, I think that she needs to tighten up her game. You know, she's been taking a lot more risk, but it doesn't seem to be working for her right now. So she needs to open up slow, make sure she gets the ball on the table with a lot of spin and rotation, and then once Gia blocks, then she gets the right opportunity to kill the next ball.
Yeah, that's a great point. We'll see if you know, G coming back out early. You know, she got her quick advice and is back out here ready to go, and a couple serves. And Texas coach giving a full instruction here. And as the assistant umpire comes, and that was the time I don't know what happened to the nice little tee with the 1 minute timer. You know, I guess you don't get it over here on table 2. So
Maybe that's the one on table 1.
I feel like they have 2 though. See them over there. It's a good return there.
That was a good timeout from Eden, coming back, winning the first point off of that timeout.
Yeah, good strategy there. Not letting Lou attack, and we're at 9-all right now.
Wow. See, that's exactly what I was saying, right? Slow, spinny loop, not overhitting, right? Even if the ball's a little bit shorter on the table, that's okay. Gia looked like she was getting ready to block the ball. So if she blocks the ball on the table, Eden can kill the next one.
Yeah, you see the coach give the elbow sign for the next serve here, so trying to find the elbow. Ooh, got a great chance there.
That was a great opportunity, a little bit high. Again, adding a little bit more brush and rotation onto that ball is crucial at this moment.
Oh, great rally.
Wow.
You can see G pumped up after that one.
Down the line backhand. A little bit out of position too, but that was a great shot from Eden.
Game point now for G. Oh, and the return goes long. Eden G takes the 4th game, 12-10. Comes back down from 9-7. Great timeout there. We're going to 5th game here on table number 2 in the women's singles round of 16.
Great timeout indeed, and it looks like, you know, the way that this match is going, first 2 games was they're trying to get used to each other, right? Eden taking the first one pretty comfortably, Gia taking the second one pretty comfortably, and now look at what's happening in game 3 and game 4, 12-10, 12-10.
Yeah, very, very tight match.
I think this game 5 is going to definitely be very exciting, given how the match is playing out so far. So we'll see what the action looks like.
Absolutely, Tim's been a great game 5 coming up here. The coach is giving the advice, and
both players are definitely very comfortable with each other at this point.
Yes, we'll see now after, you know, Jilu as the lower rated player with a great opportunity there, not able to take advantage. Eden definitely raised her game. We'll see how she responds here. That's always the question coming to this game 5 after you're so close to winning the match, now coming back for game 5. Yeah, and we've seen G tested over and over again in this tournament as well and come through, so.
And we see that G still has her timeout as well.
Yep. All right, here we go. Eden G to start it off, game 5. Oh, great forehand return.
Very strong counterattack from Gia.
It's been a really strong women's field too. I mean, it's a fairly wide open field. You know, Angela Guan is the 1 seed, Zen is the 2 seed, but up and down the roster, there's a lot of great women's players here, and so this is a great opportunity for both women. So they can advance to the quarterfinal here. Ooh, a couple tight forehands there for a 2-all. There are those big forehands again from Lou.
Good service from Eden, serving short into the forehand side, forcing Jay to come in and return with her forehand. That spin often pops the ball up high.
A great return, like you're talking about down the line. Oh, unlucky off the net. E&G opens up a 5-3 lead as his players switch side. Usually you see a lot of towel break. You see them, walk around a little bit. They're ready to go even before the assistant umpire was.
Taking every opportunity to kind of reset and regroup.
Ooh, backhand long. That's a big point there for Lou to stay close here. The last thing you want is to go down 6-3, 7-3. Let it get away from you early. They're 5-4. Can't control the backhand block and be up 6-4. And now she goes for a little walk, which is good to clear her head a little bit. Oh, a great opportunity for G, but it goes long.
The ball just barely short. Needed to take another step forward to be able to kill it.
Ooh, that return to her backhand's been giving her problems the last couple games here. 7-5 lead. Oh, great return. We haven't seen Lou attack as much with the forehand this game. I think she's been a little more, trying to be a little more steady throughout it.
We did see Jaya attacking early on in this game, but she was making a few unforced errors, so maybe that's why that we're seeing her being a little more passive right now, just trying to keep the ball on the table, keep the rally going.
Yeah, it's that forehand error there, and Eden G 2 points away from the match now, 6-9. There's that steady play from Lou like you're talking about. Keeping the ball on the table. Now Eden G 2 serves up 9-7. The backhand goes long.
There's that forehand chop block again that we saw from Eden. It's actually so interesting what kind of spin comes back. A lot of people wouldn't be able to read that.
Absolutely, 3 match points. And the backhand into the net, Eden G comes back and defeats Ji Lu 11-7 in the 5th game. Are you a little surprised that Lu didn't take a time out there?
That's true as well.
It was even for a while, down 6-7, 6-8, 6-9.
6-7 was probably a good time to call a timeout.
Yeah, I don't know if her coach was trying to call one there and not getting her attention, but a very, very good match there. Very high quality match. Both players playing real tough.
Definitely a high quality match, and we see Eden over there talking to her UT Austin group, all of her supporters, and she certainly got a lot of them since we are here in Round Rock.
Yeah, Austin. It is her. It's the shortest drive, All of her teammates can come watch her play, but as part of the team. That was a great women's singles round of 16 matchup. Real tight match. Eden G takes it in 5, advances to the quarterfinals to play the winner of Angela Guan of California and Sofia Sepovanovic from Texas Wesleyan. We'll be back here shortly for the men's singles round of 16 matchup. Santiago Montes Solarte of Texas Wesleyan as the number 11 seed against William Bai of UC Irvine as the number 6 seed. We got a great match coming up here on Table 2 here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Brandon Lawrence alongside Tim Wong. We will see you very shortly here from Round Rock, Texas. Welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships here at the Round Rock Sports Center in the sports capital of Texas. Brandon Lawrence alongside Joe Wells. Joe, it has been a great day of table tennis so far here on tables 1 and 2. We are in the business end of the tournament now with the men's singles round of 16 action. We've got Santiago Montez Solarte from Texas Wesleyan against William Bai of UC Irvine.
Yeah, this is obviously sometimes it gets to a point where we've had a very long and exciting weekend, and we've had a bunch of insanely great matches and all of the doubles and the teams, particularly in the women's side. I know that there was a grind really for the Texas Wesleyan team and also for the UC Berkeley team, as a lot of their individual players were playing in the women's and co-ed. And then they also have to get ready for singles and come into Sunday, you know, just firing on all cylinders, but at the same time, they've just given so much of themselves going into this weekend. And I know that Santiago Montez Solarte has had a really strong weekend as well, as Texas Wesleyan advances deep into rounds, but he also had a great doubles run as well when he was playing with Tamoike, his doubles partner. So, you know, I'm excited to see what Solarte still has left in the tank at this point. I have not had a chance to see a lot of UC Irvine. First time we're going to have the opportunity to see William Bai out on this short court number 2. So excited to see this round of 16.
Absolutely, Joe. And as a reminder how we got here, Santiago defeated Sean Fong from Wash U in 5 games in the round of 32. And William Bai had a much easier matchup, defeating Ariel Lim from Texas in straight sets. So, as you said before, Santiago's played a lot of table tennis the last 3 days.
Yeah, and what we saw from Santiago is that, you know, he's steady off both sides. He actually prefers, you know, to take a bigger forehand loop on the forehand side. His backhand is going to be consistent with a backhand roll or a block shot. But really, where you're going to see him finish points is on the forehand side. There he takes his banana flip just a little bit long. A lot of times the imparting spin against spin on that side can be a challenge for some people. It is harder to control at times, but it is just a part of the game really nowadays that so many people are electing to flip on the return versus push. And there you go again. You see him open up with a nice backhand to the corner and then wanting to step around and end the point with the forehand. Just sails a little long.
Yeah, great defense there from Bai. Santiago was in control of that point until the end there.
Yeah, Santiago starts to really trying to put a lot of pressure on the Bai in the backhand corner. And I think Bai is already anticipating that in a lot of these early points. Great step around there, big forehand loop deep into the corner. Bai leads 6-3 in game number 1.
Yeah, Bai's opened up a 7-3 lead here. Much more steady in the early going.
And right idea, you know, from Bai. I mean, Solarte opens up with a very controlled soft top spin forehand to the forehand side. Bai decides he wants to take that ball at its highest point and generate a lot of racket head speed to overcome the amount of spin that Solarte did put on that ball. So that's also another thing that is very, very common is the counter. The ability to counter on the forehand side for a lot of these athletes is just so impressive. And we saw that with Bai, even though he missed it. That's a shot that we're going to see him go for in this match.
Absolutely, Joe. And the second towel break, 7-5 lead for Bai. It's a missed opportunity there from Solarte.
And I know a lot of times people have seen, you know, Texas Wesleyan, the team throughout the years, but the team from UC is also, UC Irvine has been around for quite some time. I mean, big table tennis in California and their state systems, there's a lot of the schools We're used to seeing UC San Diego. We have USC here, UC Berkeley. So yeah, big presence from the schools from California and Texas.
Yeah, and UC Irvine advanced out of their group in Group 3 in the co-ed competition on Friday. Did not advance far in the knockout round, but has gotten a lot of experience so far. And again, very strong California programs here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
And really, you know, to be honest with you, Brandon, that's an advantage for a lot of these players that have been competing in the co-ed event already this weekend or in doubles versus some of the singles players that are only competing in singles this weekend and kind of starting their matches later in the weekend. So I feel like advantage the co-ed players. Again, it's just dependent on if they're fatigued or not, but I think that they're handling it really well.
Absolutely, and you see Bai take the first game 11-7 here in the round of 16 action. To take you around the grounds a little bit here, so we've got this match going on table number 2. Over on table 1, we have coming up next, Sahil Puri of University of Washington. We saw him a little bit ago here on table 2. A great match against Chan from NYU. He's playing Eduardo Tomoki, Santiago's doubles partner. That should be a great match on table 1. We are also streaming tables 3 and 4. We got a great day here going between men's singles and women's singles the rest of the way. So we hope everyone stays tuned to our final day of action here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
Yeah, and you know, we saw a lot of Tomoke. Tomoke is another one that has had a really long weekend. Puri is for University of Washington University, St. Louis. University of Washington, not WashU. It's just had a really great weekend as well. The ability to see those players from West Coast region, some of us for the first time, is huge. Just so much presence there, so much firepower coming out of that program. Again, they're another one that has been at College Nationals a number of times.
Yeah.
So really curious to see how Puri is going to be able to handle Tomoike, who is, you know, Japanese pin holder with big explosive forehand. But we're back in action here on table number 2 in game 2. Solarte leads 2-1 by to serve.
Sets it up well, but the forehand goes long, and Santiago's got an early 3-1 lead here.
And again, Bai electing to go with the banana flip and just misplays it. Yeah, just some really good hands and feel there to be able to pick up those balls. I mean, shots were really low, and the players did a great job, both of them, of controlling it. Solarte just a little unlucky on that last backhand.
A little discussion here about the serve with the assistant umpire.
Yeah, and again, a nice step around, controlled backhand from Bai. Didn't try to do too much with it, but just really good spin. And that's where we would see in this point that Solarte doesn't want to spend too much time getting stuck in that corner. He's going to have to find a way to be able to use more of his forehand side, as that is his strength. And there again, great anticipation from Bai. Solarte opens up with a big forehand cross court, and Bai is able to anticipate that ball, and a great block back down the line.
Yeah, very even second game so far. 6-4 lead to Bai. 2 serves upcoming. Santiago started strong in the second game. Bai's been able to come back in here. And yeah, a few errors have crept into Santiago's game so far this game.
Yeah, and it looks like Bai is really targeting that backhand corner deep.
Yeah, you see him reverse that pattern, go to the forehand, and works out better for Santiago. So.
And again, it's just really tough serve from Solarte. And just like that, the lead that Bai had is quickly erased. He's still up 1 in game number 2. Yeah, and great redirected forehand down the line there from Solarte.
We're at 7-all here in the second game.
Solarte again just takes that backhand just a little long. I mean, it was the right play. He wants to be able to try to open up with topspin, but he tried to play it a little deep. Carries long. And you can see that Bai is very comfortable just standing his ground, backhand to backhand with Solarte. He knows that Solarte is only going to either soft roll or punch, but he just doesn't want to give him the opportunity to step around. So great adjustments in this second game by Bai.
Ooh. You see Bai going to the backhand. Solarte is able to hold on there. Bai can't quite connect on that forehand.
Bai just taking a little extra time in between these points. He knows how critical this is. He doesn't want to get knotted up at 1-all with Solarte.
Oh, what a great change of direction forehand there. Caught Solarte leaving the wrong way. Bai's got 2 game points now at 10-8 in this tower break.
Yeah, and unfortunately Solarte just kind of gave Bai that opening that he needed on the forehand side. Left it up just a little too high, and Bai was able to just take a really nice cut on the forehand side right back down the line. So
oh, great point there. The forehand goes long from Bai, and Santiago saves 1 game point.
yeah, Solarte was able to push Bai back a little bit further than we've seen in this game. You know, traditionally he's only about a foot or 2 off the table, but that one he was definitely back a little further.
Yeah, Bai going back and again to that backhand of Montez Solarte pays off, and William Bai takes the second game 11-9.
Yeah, and that's just where we saw, the adjustment that was made early in this game, that Bai is, again, really comfortable backhand to backhand play. Them both just driving backhands to each other, not trying to overhit or do too much. But at some point, I know that Solarte is going to want to impart the forehand, step around a little bit more, and if he has to play it down the line, then he can. But we've seen Bai anticipate the forehand down the line really, really well. So that's why he leads now 11-7, 11-9. Going into the third game, the player from UC Irvine, William Bai. And we see what Solarte has here to be able to come out of this game break. And again, Solarte, it is exactly what he wanted to do coming out of the game break, is backhand to backhand and then turn the corner to get to that forehand, but unfortunately carries that one a little bit long. Definitely thought Solarte got away with one there. It's just a little touch forehand that was just short enough.
Yeah, Bai has found that pattern he likes, that banana flip return into the Santiago backhand. Taking advantage of that over and over again. I think sometimes you see players get a little too cute, right? But he's finding his pattern that's working, he's going forward over and over again.
Yeah, he's going to stick with it until he sees that it's not going to work. But so far, through 2 games.
Yeah, that was such a smart play by Bai there.
Yeah, Solarte left that ball up a little high. I think Bai could have rushed it more, but he played a controlled push into the backhand corner. He leads early in game 3, 3-2. Looking to advance to the quarterfinal rounds.
They're a lot there. Couldn't connect, 3-all.
And again, we see Bai, just like in game one, wanting to go and take that ball on the top of that forehand, the counter loop there. He carries it just long.
Yeah, this is a really good match here from Bai. And the winner of this match will play Gal Algetti, who has just defeated Latuan Khoi Din from University of Maryland, 13-11, 11-7, 11-7. So we have our first two quarterfinalists with him and Kai Zhang advancing. Winner of this match will play Gal Algetti.
Yeah, and just an unfortunate right now for Solarte. He's not able to find his range on that forehand side, really, because that's the one that he needs to connect with. He's turning the corner a little bit more, but they're just sailing long, or unlucky bounces off the top of the net. That's why he's trailing here, 3-5.
Yeah, it's been such a solid effort from Bai. He really hasn't let Santiago get in those points. Yeah, Santiago's running out of time here to make adjustments.
Yeah, you know, it's tough, right? When you're executing the right shots, but they're just not falling, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, again, I don't think there's a whole lot that he would have changed about some of these shots. He's just not making them. I mean, you got William Bai hitting big backhands like that. At this point, he knows that he's well in control of this third game as he leads 8-3. I mean, no one's completely ever out of it, but with the flow of this game so far, it's all William Bai right now. Even there, again, we hadn't seen William Bai really do a counter backhand to Solarte's backhand, but he just attempted that. So that's showing me that he's willing to try a shot with a little bit more risk that he did not in games 1 and 2.
Yeah, there's a frustration there on Santiago as William Bai has 6 match points to advance to the quarterfinals. And the backhand sails along. William Bai of UC Irvine advances to the men's singles round of 8 coming up next. It's a great effort from William Bai there.
Yeah,
Really
congratulations to Solarte for a good tournament. Obviously his first year here at Wesleyan. We'll hope to see him in that Texas Wesleyan program back next year. But William Bai will advance, where he will face just a wonder kid, if you will, in Gal Algetti. Right now, we'd like to take a moment to thank all of the sponsors, the Yola, the Austin Table Tennis Club, NCTTA, Round Rock Sports Commission, the Round Rock Sports Center, and all of our wonderful staff and volunteers. Without them, this weekend would not be possible. And after that 3-year delay, if you will, you know, we've come back and really feel like we haven't missed too much of a beat. I mean, we have awesome people here to work with. The athletes are in great spirits and excited to be playing, and the competition level just keeps rising. So, Brandon, I couldn't have asked for more from this weekend, really.
No, it's been a great weekend of table tennis. It's been great to be back. Coming up next year on table 2, we have Jin Lee of Olone College against Kelly Zhao of Texas. Brandon Lawrence alongside Joe Wells. We'll be back here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
Thomas. Umpire side in the bench. That's the bench side. But the umpire side and the bench side. That's the bench. Okay. The players. Yeah, you can use that plastic. If you want to just leave it there, don't change it back and forth. Okay. Okay, so ladies, do you have a coach? If your coach is coming, tell me now. So maybe later. So Brian, you said maybe coming later. Okay. And that's your coach? No, you were pointing to someone else. Okay, only one coach. Yeah. So he has to go.
Welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Brandon Lawrence alongside Joe Wells. Joe, we are into the women's singles quarterfinals. We got a great matchup here on table number 2. Xin Lee of Alone College against Kelly Zhao of Texas.
Is that your coach then?
Yes, Brandon, this is going to be a really exciting quarterfinal match. Obviously, we talked earlier about the amount of matches that a lot of these athletes have played versus the amount of matches the players that are only doing singles. Kelly Zhao for Texas has had a very long weekend, very competitive weekend. Her play in doubles was outstanding. Their women's team play was also outstanding. But now we have Xin Lee here from Ohlone College, and this will be interesting because she has been working tirelessly all weekend as a volunteer. But now she's just like, it's time to take off one shirt and put on another and get ready for play. And she's a very impressive player. Know that she's solid on the forehand side, medium pips on the backhand side. Ohlone College has sent representatives here before as a team, but she is only here as a singles competitor this time around. And she's going to have to put in some work against Kelly Zhao. Kelly Zhao, a very feisty player, big on the forehand side, likes to stay on the table and drive that ball home versus taking really big cuts or too much topspin power loops. Really, you're going to see more flat drives off the forehand side. So it's going to be pretty interesting, but obviously we're really excited to see Xin Lee for the first time on these show courts.
Absolutely. As a quick reminder of how they got here, Xin Lee defeated Yan Yuji of Georgia Tech in straight sets in the last match. Kelly Zhao defeated Iji Gao of Michigan 11-3 in the 5th. So Kelly Zhao, as I just said before, has played a lot of table tennis this weekend, starting out with the women's doubles silver medalist on Friday evening. University of Texas had a great run in the women's team competition. Now she's making a run here in the singles competition. And we actually just saw Eden Ji defeat Ji Lu in the last women's match that was on this court. So we've gotten our good fair share of Texas players today. And it's great that they're so close, you know. Got to win the award for the shortest drive here.
Yeah, UT Austin just has a really strong women's program led by Kelly Zhao and her doubles partner there. They obviously played a lot of matches, as we saw a lot of matches in day 1 and day 2 go 5. So that's really going to be a telltale sign for me as I look to the start of this match.
Here we go. Zhao to start.
And as we can see there, just an opening that Kelly wants to really try to push deep into the Lee backhand side. Doesn't want to leave anything in the middle of the table.
You see Lee setting up that point like she wanted to, but couldn't hit the backhand. Ooh, lucky bounce for Kelly Zhao.
And that's a really tough serve to read because it starts off as if it looks like it's just going to be top. And then at the very last moment, she makes the ever so slightest adjustment underneath the ball, and it ends up looking more like side under.
That was a play that Kelly wanted. Serve return pops up a little bit. Forehand into the net. 3-2 Zhao early.
Yeah, she's just a little late getting to that forehand loop, slightly behind the ball, but right idea. Yeah, and Kelly Zhao just really solid off the backhand side, picking up those backhand loops and rolls. She's not going to be rattled by that very much, but we're also going to watch to see when she's ready to step around and take that big forehand cut. Zhao to serve at 5-3, game 1.
This is the big forehand.
Yeah, just an unlucky bounce there. The ball was deep. Yeah, ball hung up there a little high. I know that Kelly Zhao really wanted that forehand, but you got to realize that there was a lot of basically a return against a spin. So sometimes it's hard to read, and when the ball bounces, it doesn't really move forward very much. So that's a ball that you really have to get up on and take at its highest point, like you don't want it to drop because there is some spin on it.
And from 5-2 now to 6-5. Couple errors have creeped into Zhao's game. One more serve here for Lee.
And then again, just a beautiful serve that was tough for Kelly to read there. And Shin Lee gets easy points on that serve. She's now knotted it up at 6-all. Obviously, you know, smart by Kelly to take all of her breaks. Again, she's had a very long weekend, and, you know, fatigue or, you know, some muscle strain could possibly be setting in.
Yeah, it's 5 straight points now for Jin Lee. Get the sense that Zhao needs this point here. Oh, great forehand.
Yeah, just a great time forehand drive to the open court. It's a beautiful angle as it painted the white line. Jin Lee looks like she's getting more and more comfortable as this game goes on. Again, she hasn't had as many matches as a lot of these athletes have all weekend. So, you know, again, just a great anticipation off the forehand side. Kelly wanted that ball. It was the right play because she was basically countering a forehand flip and just missed it.
6 straight points now for Jin Lee. It's 4 game points here.
Yeah, and it looks like even right now, Jin Lee's serve game is just really strong. She's placing the ball well. There's a lot of different spins that she's imparting on the ball.
Yeah, backhand goes wide. Jin Lee takes the first game 11-6. It was close early, but Jin Lee definitely figured out that first game.
Yeah, and Kelly Zhao started off really strong. I liked her backhand-to-backhand play. She didn't really seem too rattled, but she also wasn't struggling with the returns. And then, you know, Shin Lee just went up another notch, especially starting off with the serve. She was able to impart her own forehand, especially the forehands out wide. Was another thing that she did towards the middle of that game. So, you know, great start here for Shin Lee of Ohlone College versus Kelly Zhao of Texas.
Absolutely, and around the grounds here, the women's quarterfinals, we have a stacked lineup. Angela Guan of California is playing Eden G over on table number 4. You can stream that match right now. Coming up next on table number 1 after the conclusion of the men's round of 16 match, we've got Sophie Wu of MIT against Jackie Lin of Texas Wesleyan. To the match you're watching right now. And then on table number 3, we have Lavanya Maruthapandian of California. We've seen her a lot over this weekend against Zhang Deng of Texas Wesleyan. So it's a really stacked quarterfinal lineup here in the women's singles championship. We will crown a winner today. Looking forward to a nice end to this women's singles match. We've had a lot of great women's matches in the women's team competition. It's also been great to see in the co-ed team competition how many women participated in their team. Really sets NCTTA apart, how we have such a strong women's table tennis program. It's been great to see all the matches going on today.
Yeah, Brandon, I mean, with the increase of women's participants we've had, we're loving that. I think that there are a lot of the U.S. juniors are coming of age, that they're entering college and starting just to want to compete more, continue their table tennis experience from juniors into college. So that is exactly how table tennis has started to grow more in the women's side, the collegiate ranks.
Absolutely, Joe. And Jin Lee starts off with first point of the match, first point of the game, excuse me. Good serve there from Lee.
Yeah, and right back at it, which is some really tough serves.
Oh, it's a great setup there from Zhao, but can't connect on that last forehand.
Yeah, and I like that sneaky play at the very last minute. Zhao elects for a very long, fast topspin serve in the attempt to jam Lee up, and she did exactly what she wanted. She just could not finish that point.
And Zhao's on the board here in the second game. 3-1 lead here for Lee. Better couple points there from Zhao.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Kelly Zhao needed. She needed to get, a couple cheap points here early going, so she doesn't get to let the second game get too far away from her. But I'd still like to see her contend with the Lee serve. She has struggled a little bit with return of serve. We see it again there. That's just such a tough ball to read, and Jin Lee is doing a great job of moving that serve around as well. So, it's still going to be a very long match if Kelly Zhao does not figure out the return of serve. Yeah, great backhand punch there by Kelly Zhao down the line. Looking to keep it close here. She serves 3-4, trailing in the second game.
Oh, great serve, great forehand. They're tied up here at 4 in the second game.
Yeah, and we typically do not see Jin Lee hanging those returns up that high, that deep, but definitely Kelly Zhao made her pay for it.
Yeah, what patience there from Jin Lee. Not attacking too early on that shot. 5-4.
Yeah, still electing to go back to that serve short to the Kelly Zhao forehand side, which she is trying to step in and return with the backhand flip, but it's just so tough.
Yeah, it's a nice serve to a forehand. That backhand serve to Lee's forehand's been a little bit successful for her so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of side spin on that serve, and Lee just tried to step in and touch it, but again, carries it long.
Very nice pressure put on there by Zhao, and we are tied at 6 here in the second game.
Yeah, and I think Zhao has found some range on that backhand drive. That's a very effective shot because it's cutting down the timing for your opponent to be able to step around and hit a forehand.
Zhao going for too much there. Zhao can't handle the spin.
And you got to remember that sometimes when we talk about can't handle the spin, that there might not be as much as we think there is, because Jin Lee is playing with medium pips on the backhand side. So even though she's rolling over that backhand, it looks like topspin, there might not be a whole lot on it.
Yeah, that's a great point, Joe. Oh, nice adjustment there by Zhao. That was a weird return. Got up to it nicely. Took the extra steps.
Yeah, just
put it
some
away.
great footwork there by Kelly Zhao to step in and deposit that backhand into the corner.
Yeah, that serve's been successful out there. We are tied at 8 here in the second game.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a smart decision by Jin Lee to want to step over and try to return it with those pips. The last time she saw that same serve, she opened it up on the forehand side and the ball just sailed really long on her. So I like that quick adjustment that she made on that.
What
Beautiful
a forehand return.
Beautiful forehand by Kelly Zhao there to take it down the line. She now has her first, well, her second lead in this match. The last time she had a lead was early in game 1, and she gave it up really quickly, but she's leading here deep in the second game.
Oh, couldn't put the return in play. 9-all. Zhao to serve.
She gets lets Lee right back into this game when she was playing so well.
Couple crucial points upcoming here. Oh, huge backhand.
Again, electing to go with the backhand drive, either down the line, straight up the middle. Such an effective shot for Kelly Zhao of UT Austin.
Oh, net and long. Tied at 10.
That's one of those that every athlete wants back. Just off the top of the net, you know it was a great timed ball. It's obviously a ball that you're driving straight up the middle, and then it just touches the net and sails long. Unfortunate for Kelly Zhao.
Oh, Kelly got lucky on the first net. Lee recovers well. Zhao misses the forehand, and we have a game point here for Lee.
Yeah, there's just really not much you could have done about that. It was a great point by both ladies. Great adjustments by Shin Lee of Ohlone College.
That serve. You see Zhao taking her time before that serve. Really making sure she's concentrating. Oh, it was a serve she wanted. Kelly Zhao misses the forehand, and Jin Lee takes the second game, 12-10. That was a much tighter game, Joe. Really back and forth. At the end, Lee was able to pull it out.
Much tighter game, Brandon, but what I noticed on that last point, that last return of serve, Jin Lee made the adjustment. Kelly Zhao had gone to that very short side underspin serve that Jin Lee had struggled with throughout that game, and she made the adjustment, came across it, opened up her paddle to use the smooth side, not the pips, and she was able to control that back versus giving up the free points that she had done earlier. So great work there by Shin Lee not to give up her lead in this game. She leads now 2-0 in the match versus Kelly Zhao of UT Austin. Again, long weekend for Kelly Zhao. She is obviously, you know, not the fresher of the two, and I know that Jin Lee is tons of experience, great player, and we're excited to see what's going to happen here in the third game, see how much Kelly Zhao has left in the tank, but we'll be right back with you momentarily.
And as the umpire, Linda Leaf, calls time, Jin Lee comes back. Jin Lee's being coached by the Olympian Nikhil Kumar, which is exciting. Supporting a fellow California team. As the players come back to the table, welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships, coming here from the sports capital of Texas at the Round Rock Sports Center. Zhao to serve, get started here in the third game.
Brandon, Zhao doesn't have to do a whole lot different than she did that last game. She just had some unlucky bounces. I liked where she was in the serve. She started to impart a little bit more of the backhand drive. She was taking their forehand cuts. Some of them were just traveling a little long or bouncing off the top of the net. So I think that if she can keep similar strategy to what she did to that last game, she still can be successful in this match.
Yeah, a couple quick points here from Lee. And on the flip side, Lee wants to make sure Zhao doesn't get back in this match, finish it off here in the third game.
And there, Kelly Lee gets her own point there from an unlucky net ball.
Ooh, it was a great first forehand from Zhao.
And that's one of those.
So nicely.
Zhao's not going to get a whole lot of those.
Yeah.
You have to make that shot no matter what the situation is. Maybe she was a little bit too far back, but you don't expect Jin Lee to give you that many forehand sitters in the middle of the table.
Absolutely. Great forehand. Oh, just a bit unlucky there from Lee. She was there.
Yeah, great anticipation from Lee. Again, just basically a lot of these points were just decided by some unfortunate net balls.
3-all here in the third game. Tight match early. Okay, you see Zhao trying to pump herself up a little bit. Long serve keeps her off balance. 4-all. Oh, what a forehand from Kelly.
Wow. Just great anticipation. Didn't even expect it to come back because she hit such a great shot. I mean, obviously it started with anticipation from Lee to pick up on that backhand drive by Zhao, and then she just Zhao just really remained on the attack, and I like what I saw in that last point, and she's still going back to that same side underserve on the forehand side that Lee has struggled with most of this match.
Okay, Zhao's open up a 7-4 lead here. That's interesting that the umpire allowed that towel break there, not the 12-point mark.
Yeah, well, it's a conversation for a different day.
Ooh, tough backhand from Zhao, forces the error from Jin Lee. Yeah, that serve to Lee's forehand. It's been paying off. 9-5 lead now for Zhao in the third game. Great adjustment there from Lee.
We saw that yesterday in a women's match where that just mishit, skied up ball that's going to land on one side and kick forward to the other side. And you know it's coming. You just have to really time that ball really well. Great job by Jin Lee.
Oh, great forehands from Zhao. That steady play gives her 4 game points here in the third game to claw a game back.
Yeah, I love the fight from Kelly Zhao of UT Austin right now here in this third game where she had, was really close again in the second game. And like I said at the beginning of this game, as long as she stays within what she was doing, I think it was working for her. And it's working out in her favor in this third game as she's looking to close it out here on her serve.
Yeah, forehand from Lee goes long.
Yeah.
Kelly Zhao takes third game, 11-7.
Kelly Zhao actually got away with one on that last point because she probably didn't want that serve to travel as far as it did. You could see that Jin Lee was able to go ahead and do a forehand loop. Maybe she wasn't expecting it to travel as long as it did, and forehand just sailed on her. But there's definitely a ball that she could have hit. That is actually the depth of that same serve that she wants. The shorter ones have given her trouble. But that forehand she probably wants back, but she's still in control of this match with a 2-1 lead. All she needs to do is close out this fourth game to advance. But Kelly Zhao is a fighter, UT Austin, great table tennis program, line of women that have been fighting all weekend, so I know that she's not going to go quietly.
Absolutely, Joe, and we'll see what further adjustments she can make here to reassert control over the match. Yeah, we want to take this time to thank again our sponsors. City of Round Rock CVB. They've been fantastic partners throughout this whole process. Yeah, Joe, we were supposed to be here, and we were here in 2016, 2018, and they've been great to work with over the past few years to make sure we have a successful return to college table tennis. Thank our partners to our overall equipment suppliers, DHS, Doublefish. Thank you for your continued support of NCTTA and college table tennis. We appreciate all of the volunteers here as well that have made this event possible. You see all the umpires on the courts, the production team behind the scenes, doing the camera work, making sure that the production quality is as high as it always is, and to all of our behind-the-scenes workers who make it all possible. So we're here in the fourth game with Lee to serve.
Yeah, and there's a certain little slight level of pep in Jin Lee's serve to start this fourth game.
Yeah, you see Zhao pumping herself up way more. I think the whole energy of this match has shifted, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it could be 2-1 Kelly Zhao right now because she had a great second game. But unfortunately, it was just a couple net balls that didn't go her way. But again, she had started to figure some things out in game 2 and 3.
She absolutely have an early 3-love lead here. Oh, lucky off the net. Kelly Zhao was in complete control of that point, too.
Again, Kelly Zhao definitely making Jin Lee pay for those balls that are sitting up there high. She's very quick on the step around. We saw her miss some of those forehands earlier, but that one did not get away from Kelly Zhao.
Oh, backhand goes long. You can see
Yeah,
Lee get excited there.
She's quickly telling herself, like, just to calm down, don't rush. It's the right shot. It's one that's been working for her throughout the match. She just got a little ahead of that ball.
Oh, Zhao, a little impatient there with that backhand. Well, Joe, we've got our first semifinalist in the women's singles. Angela Guan of California defeated Eden G of Texas. The Chopper, #1 seed. Straight sets over Eden G.
Yeah, and Kelly Zhao looking to see if she can keep that Longhorn ride going with UT Austin advancing to the next semi as her doubles partner goes out to a very strong competitor, national team member, and Angela Guang of UC Berkeley. Angela, I feel like, has endless eligibility. She's been here just so many years. She's been competing at the highest level, always making her way to quarters, finals, women's finals, women's doubles finals, women's team finals, co-ed finals. She's just always there, and it's great to see her. She's a great spirit to have here at the championships. She's a great energy as well, awesome competitor, and she just breaks up some of that, what we normally see, some very fast topspin drive points, and then you get her and she gets on the table, and she just pretty much is just going to wear you out.
Absolutely great to have her here. And Kelly Zhao with a 7-4 lead here. Ooh. Net and long, and Lee is now at 5-7. With the energy changing here, Lee needs to do more here to make sure she can get, keep her, control this match.
Yeah, not too far out of hand. Hopefully she can get some cheap points here on serve.
Yeah,
but again, she did not use that serve that she worked so well in games 1 and game 2, electing to go with a very low side topspin serve. But she's, again, still in this match.
Oh, great forehand there. Kelly Zhao couldn't quite get there. Forehand goes
that's
long.
a tough ball to really control, Brandon, as you're reaching for a ball that's not very fast but has a lot of topspin. And Kelly just wasn't able to get her racket the right angle on it. But great job by Jin Lee to come back in this 4th game.
Backhand goes wide from 7-3 to 8-7.
And just like that, UT Austin calls times out as they saw, they were up 7-5 and quickly erased 3 straight points by Jin Lee of Ohlone College to come back and lead this 4th game. She's looking to take this 4th game to close out this match. If not, we will go to a 5th. Kelly Zhao obviously playing very well, but just, again, some unlucky bounces. And some of this game, these last few points are played a little loose. So she's going to have to get back into it.
Absolutely, and we have our second semifinalist, Zhen Dang from Texas Wesleyan, another name we've seen throughout this entire weekend. She defeated Lavanya Marathapandian from California, 12-10, 11-5, 11-9. So we have 2 of the 4 women's semifinalists have been set. Over on table number 1, Sophie Wu, and Jackie Lin of Texas Wesleyan have just started their match after a really long and exciting men's match. So we're getting closer here to the finals of the women's singles championship.
Yeah, this is really, every match is so critical. As we can see, a lot of the athletes that are done with their matches for the day filing in to support their teammates in these singles events.
Absolutely, and coming up here on tables 1 and 2 in the men's singles quarterfinal, over on table 1, Jack Wong against Nikhil Kumar. That's going to be a heck of a match. And over here on table 2, we'll have just as good of a match between Youngkin Wong of NYU and Kai Zhang of USC. So a lot of great table tennis here on table 2. But now we have Kelly Zhao serving at 7-8 at a critical juncture here in the 4th game. Huge backhand. Timeout paying dividends there.
Yeah, there's just nothing you can do about a ball that fast coming straight at you into the body. It's a super smart play a lot of times to play to your opponent's elbow when you're driving it versus playing out to the wings to give them a chance to use their reach. But great shot there by Kelly Zhao.
Yeah, forehand into the net there. 2 points away from the match in the semifinals. Oh, the backhand return goes long.
Just unfortunate there for Kelly Zhao. She played that backhand. But again, that's the serve that we saw in games 1 and game 2 from Shinli that gave Kelly Zhao more trouble than the side topspin serve that she was using early part of this game. So she went back to the well that had got her here and she now has match point.
Match points on Zhao's serve.
And now they're
And
trying
off
to.
the edge.
Oh,
It's over. Jin Lee has defeated Kelly Zhao 11-8 in the fourth game.
yeah, there was some unsurety there and great sportsmanship and honesty from Kelly Zhao because she could have elected not to say that hit the edges. Looks like the umpires were a little unsure of whether or not it hit the edge, and I think Jin Lee thought that it hit the edge, but she wasn't 100% sure either. So, again, love to see the sportsmanship from Kelly Zhao, UT Austin. Obviously a great tournament for that young lady. She's going to have a big future in college table tennis, and we're going to see a whole lot more from this UT Austin team in the years to come. But congratulations to Jin Lee of Ohlone College, and she will advance to the semifinals.
Yes, absolutely, Joe. And that's a very interesting end to that one with the assistant umpire calling the edge, head umpire not seeing it at first, discussing, making the call, and Kelly Zhao, like you said, with the sportsmanship. So, Jin Lee of Ohlone College advances to face Zhen Deng in the women's semifinal. We'll see that matchup here shortly. Coming up next here on table number 2, Young Zhao Wang, Kai Zhang. Fantastic match coming up. Brandon Lawrence alongside Joe Wells here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Thanks for watching. We're here in Round Rock, Texas.
umpire today. I'm going to ask you to choose white or black. Black? White. So you will serve first. Where you want to start? This side? That side? This side? Good? Okay. 2-minute warm-up. Starts now.
Welcome back to the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Brandon Lawrence alongside Joe Wells. Joe, we're into the men's singles quarterfinals here, and we have a great match coming up here. Junshao Wang of NYU, Kai Zhang of USC. Joe, this has got fireworks written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, we expect to see former singles champion Kai Zhang of USC here, but obviously Junshao Wang of NYU. NYU, very strong program. This is Junshao's first season with the team. We saw him play a little bit yesterday. Obviously, he had a tough route in that co-ed go about, but he wasn't able to finish his match because of the fact that his team was advanced. But I'm imagining that he's had a great weekend. If his team was able to get to the finals of co-ed, he's played a lot of table tennis as well. Kai Zhang's USC program just did not advance as far as they'd like, but obviously a strong showing. Great to see the USC program back playing good table tennis, and great for them to have a player of Kai Zhang's caliber on that team. So obviously Kai Zhang, national team member, very, very strong player. Junshao Wang of NYU, we're going to see what he has here in this quarterfinal match.
Yeah, and yesterday in the co-ed team final, that number third singles match, Wang lost 11-9 in the fifth game to Gal Getty. A great matchup in the co-ed team final. NYU as our co-ed team champions. They've had a great run. Like you've said, played a lot of table tennis so far this weekend. And we're so excited to see Kai Zhang here on table number 2 for our men's single quarterfinal.
Yeah, this match really just has fireworks all over it. It's just going to be a lot of a countering, stepping around, big cuts off both sides. And we're going to see which player at what point in this match is able to impart some kind of a variation into the match, because we know that they're going to be able to play rhythm both sides pretty well.
Absolutely, Joe. And we're in the men's singles quarterfinals. A couple quick housekeeping notes over on table number 1. At the conclusion of this women's match, you're going to see Jack Wong and Nikhil Kumar. Another fantastic match coming up there on table 1. Table number 4, Sharon Algetti and Sahil Puri of Washington. Puri just escaped 13-11 in the fifth against Tomoiki from Texas Wesleyan in a fantastic matchup. And then on table number 3, the person we just saw, William Bai, a couple matches ago, is going to play Gal Algetti in the quarterfinal. So a stacked lineup here in the men's singles quarterfinals here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships.
Yeah, just a great match from the player at University of Washington. For real, for him to be able to come out of that match and defeat the player, Tomoike from Texas Wesleyan, is just huge for him. I know that he's got to love that for his confidence going into this next round. He's obviously going to need it, but an impressive run here for the player from for the Washington Husky.
A quick start here for Wong, up 3-love early.
Yeah, and you can see that Kai is starting off a very aggressive player. Wants to and kind of impose his will into this match early.
Yeah, backhand Long. Long's been on an absolute tear so far this tournament in the singles competition, defeating Jindal from California in straight sets, defeating Wolski from Northwestern, who we've seen cause a lot of problems for top players yesterday. That was in straight sets as well. Kai Zhang also has not dropped a set yet today, so this is going to be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, a great event for Wolski. The player from Northwestern to come into this event, obviously he's just really steady, really controlled player. Had a good run here at this tournament, but Junshao Wang just a little bit too much for him, obviously in the singles. But again, we are here really looking at this quarterfinal matchup to see, Junshao Wang, how he's going to be able to handle a player of Kai Zhang's caliber, get into the quarterfinals. His first his first collegiate nationals event for him. So, big stage for the player from NYU.
Great rally, ends with the forehand long. When Kai Zong, no stranger to NCTTA singles competitions, winning the singles championship a few years ago from when he was at Binghamton. So he's been in the stage before. He knows what it takes to win this tournament.
Yeah, just an impressive run that he had back there when he was at Binghamton. But again, great to see him back playing college nationals.
Here goes Zong serving at 3-5 early.
Just a really tough serve, jamming up Junshan Wong there of NYU. He sails it long. Kai Zhang gets a free point or a cheap point off the serve there. And just like that, the 2-point lead is erased. It's tied 5-all in game number 1.
Ooh, that's power on power right there.
Just an explosive backhand that Junshan Wong was able to put into that backhand corner. I really think that the umpire should have checked that ball for dust coming off that floor behind that bleacher there.
Oh, what a huge forehand from Zhang. And we're at 6-all here in the first game. First towel break, second towel break, excuse me. Both players taking a quick second to regroup.
Yeah, and really, I mean, Kai Zhang started this match just super aggressive, just going for it early. I know that it's a possibility he's trying to find his range against Junshan Wong. He was, you know, taking some of those forehands really, really long, but he settled in a little bit to keep this game close here. Obviously, he's, you know, one that is a fighter. He's played from behind before in some of those other singles matches that we've seen from him in the past. So, you know, being down a few points is not going to affect Kai Zhang at all.
Yeah, good serve there to level the match at 7-all in the first game. Looks like he changes his mind there mid-shot.
And again, Kai Zhang gets a cheap point there off of serve.
Yeah,
great adjustment there by Kai Zhang. He hung in there, withstood the early attack from Junshan Wang, and when he saw his opening, he stepped around, hit a big forehand. Great point there from Kai Zhang.
Yeah, backhand clips the tape, goes long. Zhang's made some great adjustments here.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Wong miss a lot of those backhand exchange rallies. That one just unfortunately clipped the net. You know, sometimes it's even when a player gets a little tight in a match that those kind of things happen. Wow, and a great finish there as Kai Zhang reels off 6 straight points to end game number 1. Just such an impressive finish by the player from USC. I know that the player from NYU started off really strong. Looks like he was handling that onslaught of attack from Kai Zhang very well. But Kai kind of settled in, found his range a little bit towards the end of that, and I'm sure he'll look to continue to take more of that into game number 2.
Absolutely, Joe. And what a great start here to the men's quarterfinals over on table number 1. Kumar and Jack Wong have taken the table. That's going to be another great match as well. So it's a great day to keep both tabs open, multiple monitors, to watch both matches here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Yeah, you see, Joe, as the day gets longer, the players take longer back at the coaches' table. You know, every point matters more. Every little adjustment matters more. And I think you've seen, the first couple matches of the day, people got the ball and served, took a couple seconds, talked to their coach, got back on the table. But now that we're in the business end of this tournament, I think players, taking their time, getting ready for the next game.
Yeah, for sure. If I'm Jun Xiaowang, I'm definitely stealing or taking as much time as I possibly can. As again, he's had a very long weekend, so you sneak it in when you can.
Yeah,
I don't blame him at all.
Absolutely. Oh, that's the right move. Just missed the second forehand.
Yeah, the redirection of a forehand smash can be tough. A lot of it is really about timing, so, not surprised that he was able to spray that ball a little long. It is hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, I think Wong has realized that the forehand-to-forehand combination is not really a winning one for him. Trying to redirect a couple balls there.
Yeah, Kai John's forehand is just so big. It's not something that you really want to get into an exchange and rally with because it's anticipating so much there. Again, looks like Kai John finding his range on that backhand side. Jun Xiaowang spraying the backhand a little long, whereas he was very, very comfortable with that rally setup early in game number 1, but he trails here 3-0 in game number 2.
Yeah. It's a quick 4 lead for Zhang.
On Zhang just putting all sorts of pressure on Zhu Xiaowang, especially into that backhand corner.
Yeah, you see a little frustration there from Wong. I mean, Kai Zhang just too solid.
Yeah, just an unfortunate, last-ditch effort on that backhand from Zhu Xiaowang as he was stretched out wide on the forehand to be able to have to come back and hit that backhand. It's just a really difficult ask for the young man.
That's a nice return.
Yeah, and we didn't see much of that where he stepped into the table and takes a backhand loop over the top of the table. Typically, he's been electing for a banana flip and then waiting to get into the backhand-to-backhand rally, but great adjustment there.
Yeah, you can see that the pressure that this guy's been putting on him. Wong feels like he needs to hit that huge forehand off the return.
Yeah, and Kai John's doing a really good job also of moving the serve around as well. That's another nice adjustment that we've seen from him in this match.
Yeah, nice couple points there from Wong. That's the thing, right? Even if you can't, win this game, having a good showing, finding your rhythm again, getting it back, set you up well for game 3.
Yeah, you just can't give away easy points to Kai Zhang, especially with him playing well. Making him work for it, I would say move around a little bit. Last thing you want him to do is feel comfortable on the inside out forehand, especially from the backhand corner. That's not where you just want to see him sitting at. So yeah, I would see if he's able to make some adjustments starting with the return.
Yeah, better return there, but can't control the backhand. Kai Zhang with an 8-4 lead.
Yeah, and it definitely looks from that backhand to backhand exchange that Kai Zhang has found his range on it, and Jun Xiaowang has actually lost his as he was doing so well with it early in game 1.
Backhand goes long here, 9-4.
Yeah, great feel from both players on the short game. Kai just steps around a little bit, takes that forehand long. He is still in control of game number 2 as he leads 9-5.
Oh, can't control a second backhand.
Yeah,
Wong
those
is-
are some points that Wong was winning early in game number 1. So if he can kind of settle back in, start landing some more of those backhand-to-backhand exchanges, he can get right back in the second game.
Nice exchange there. Andrew the Wong forehand going long, and now Kai Zhang has 4 game points here to take a 2-love lead here in the
I don't
men's singles
think people
quarterfinal.
realize how hard the step around forehand is when the ball's coming at you that fast. And you have to be so quick to make the adjustment from the backhand to backhand, and then you want to step around in the middle of the table and take a forehand and redirect the ball to the open court. That's just really, really tough to do. And Junxiao Wang trying to make the adjustment. He sees that Kai has kind of fallen into the rim off the backhand side, wanting to get him out of that corner, keeping him honest by trying to move him out wide a little bit to the forehand, but he just sails it long, and now he finds himself in a hole at 2-0 against the former singles champion, Kai Zhang.
Absolutely, Joe. And you can see Zhang finished off strong. Got 2-love lead here for Kai Zhang. Going around the grounds really quickly here. The women's singles is into the semifinals. We've seen a lot of great matches here on tables 1 and 2 today in the women's singles semifinal. Coming up at 1 p.m. Central Time, we have Angela Guan and Jiaqi Lin in the women's singles semifinal. That'll be on table number 1. On here on table 2, Jin Lee, who we just saw defeat Kelly Zhao. She'll play Zhen Deng of Texas Wesleyan. Coming up at 1 p.m. Central Time, you won't want to miss the conclusion of our women's singles championship. Back here on table number 2, Kai Zhang serving here. We'll see what adjustments Wong can make here to try and get back in this match.
Yeah, again, Kai just trying to really start off this match, this third game here on the offensive side, not wanting to allow Junxiao Wang to get back into this match. As you see, he really took a big cut on that backhand side. It traveled a little long, but oh, what an explosive backhand from Junxiao Wang of NYU to the open court. And that's some of that range that we saw in game number 1. Just a super, super big backhand that was he was just exploding on that ball. Now Kai just being real cheeky, showing off his touch. He's not just a man of power, but he was able to leave that ball really short on the opening, and then he followed it back up with another touch ball to leave it short, which is a variation in the game that we have not seen a whole lot of in this match. And then right back to the backhand to backhand exchange with power. Just really beautiful points. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, lines up that forehand, goes long. So Wong start off with a couple of huge points. Zhang get back in this match, and 3-2 as we go into this second serve on for Kai Zhang. Yeah, huge forehand. Oh, huge forehand there. Kai was there but couldn't keep it in. A good start to this third game from Wong.
Yeah, just a huge cut. Literally, Junxiao Wang threw his whole body into that forehand.
And Joe, we have our first men's singles semifinalist. Sharon Algetti has defeated Shahil Puri 11-8, 11-2, 11-6. Got our first semifinalist.
Obviously, great run from Puri of University of Washington. I was really impressed with his previous quarterfinal matchup against Tamoike of Texas Wesleyan, but he comes up a little short against a very strong opponent in Sharon Algetti of Indiana University.
Yeah, and the edge there, and 7-2 lead for Wong. Off the net. Kai can't handle it. Backhand long off the return.
Yeah, and this is something that Zhenshan Wang really needed, is just some really easy points. I think Kai has given him a few in this game. And he'll have to just quickly reset going into the fourth game. You even see there, even though he got away with one forehand drive, it was not something you typically saw in the first two. He trails 3-9. Hopefully Zhenshan Wang can just close this out, get ready for the fourth game.
Yeah, you've seen that from Wang though. Some loose points though. You know, not able to string a bunch of consistent points together, and that's kind of cost him so far this match.
Yeah, just explosive backhands in that backhand-to-backhand corner exchange. And we've seen it from both of these athletes be able to just really lean forward, put that weight and momentum going forward, and just go all into those backhands.
Oh, forehand goes long. 4 straight points here for Kai Zhang. Got it back to 6-9. And a timeout taken by Zhenshan Wang.
Yeah, and I don't know if you really needed to use your timeout at this point. You still had a 3-point lead, only needed to close out 2 more points to end this game. You had a nice, comfortable lead. The last thing you want to do is just kind of like let that intensity drop. Biggest thing is just close it out.
Yeah.
You've got a player like Kai Zhang on the ropes, and it gives you a chance to get back into the match. You never really know what can happen if you can just find some rhythm. But for him to kind of let that momentum swish a little bit in a game that he wasn't so much in control of, I would like to see a little bit more from Zhenshan Wang here in game number 3 to close this out, take it into a fourth, give himself a chance to win this match.
Absolutely, and as Kai comes back to the table, we'll see Wang come back as well. They'll have 1 serve to try and give himself 4 game points. It's a crucial difference though, you know, up 9-6 with that serve. You lose that serve, all of a sudden your opponent's got 2 serves at 7-9. But you win this point, now you give yourself 4 game points here. So a crucial point coming up here. Wang serving at 9-6. Yeah, great setup there. Great serve. Stepped in the forehand. 4 game points now for Wang.
Yeah, he needed that. He needed that to just close out this 3rd game, get on the board, and see what happens in game 4.
Yep, Kai Zhang backhand goes long. A good timeout taken to close out the 3rd game. So we're going to 4 here on table number 2. Zhenshan Wang wins the 3rd game, 11-6.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to see Zhenshan Wang be able to get out of that match, out of that game 11-6. He didn't want to get close at 9-all. Anything at that point can kind of happen. We've seen a lot of previous matches with some things decided on nets and edges. So great job by the player from NYU to get back into this match and give himself a chance. I want to say, if I'm thinking anything can happen, that Kai Zhang's going to come out, you know, firing all cylinders, just really going back to being the aggressor. He didn't do that towards the end of that last game, but I definitely know that he wants to go ahead and end this match here so he can get ready for the semifinals.
Absolutely, Joe. So we'll see what he can do here as the players come back to the table. These first 6 points are going to be very interesting, Joe, to see. Does the momentum from Wang keep going? Can Kai Zhang grab it back and close this match out in 4? Got Wang to serve.
Yeah, just smart opening there by Kai Zhang to leave that ball short. Great touch.
That backhand wide.
Yeah, and again, he just really takes that backhand far. Saw what he was trying to do as Junshan Wong gave him a lot of deep, soft topspin. And Kai was just really trying to get that ball down. But again, so much rotation on the ball from Wong.
Yeah, Wong's played such a steadier last couple games here.
Yeah, and great serve return as he was able to cut off the spin on that serve. Left the ball really short. Kai Zhang had to work really hard just to lift it up over with spin, but it unfortunately clipped the net, traveled long. Wong out to an early lead here in game 4.
And all of a sudden we're at 4-1 here. From Kai Zhang having complete control of this match now to be more in question.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do is to see him rush. The game was probably really excited coming out of the game break, but you don't want to give a player like Junshan Wong too many easy points, and that's exactly what they did early in this game. But he's on the scoreboard now at 2-4. His serve, he still leads this match 2-1.
Another left serve. That's a good backhand from Zhang there.
Yeah, and that's just a really, big backhand to the backhand corner. Tough for Junshan Wong to keep that ball down.
Yeah, the net ball. Throw off the timing a little bit. Backhand goes long. Wong up 5-3, fourth game.
Yeah, the ever so slightest adjustment in the game, like hitting a net ball, just throws off these players' timing because they're already anticipating, what's next, and as soon as it clips that net, just hard ball to adjust.
Oh.
Just an unlucky net edge, and I mean a net of a net. It popped straight up. Most of them, they just fall off, but this one straight up in the air and off the edge. I haven't seen that one in a while.
No. Oh, such the huge high forehand.
Yeah. Hooking. Just a massive hooking forehand moving away from you, and there's nothing you can do.
Those are huge goal points there. We're at 5-all now in the fourth game.
And great job there by Kai Zhang to be able to just fight right back into this match after he gave up their lead early in game number 4. Like to see Junshan Wong respond here with his own offense.
Yeah, good response there from Wong. Cannot let the match get away from him. Oh, huge forehand. Wong was almost there. Couldn't get it back in, but again, that hook forehand from Kai Zhang paying dividends.
Yeah, and sometimes it's coming, right? That's why these athletes are so great at anticipation of the next shot, knowing that it's coming, and then what you do with it are two totally different things. And he was just a little bit off balance to be able to control the angle from forehand to forehand. So a great shot by Kai Zhang of USC.
Backhand just goes long. Joe, we also have our other semifinalist here. Nikhil Kumar has defeated Jack Wong. So we'll see Nikhil against Sharon Algetti in the semifinals. And Gal Algetti has defeated William Bai. This is the final quarterfinal action on the men's side. Our semifinals are almost set here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Oh, that's a great backhand from Wong. Great reaction.
Yeah, that semifinal that you all are going to see next, Algetti versus Kumar, is going to be exciting, exciting, exciting.
Seven all here, fourth game. Oh, what a great setup there from Zong. Great serve, sets up the forehand.
Just the relentless forehand, you know, attacking, throwing his whole body into it. Tough for Junshan Wong of NYU to control. Still a really close game 4 here, so it could go either way, but you can't just allow Kai Zhang to start reeling off these forehands.
Yeah, right into the forehand there with a great shot from Zong. 9-7.
And again, another big forehand this time. Took a little pace off of it, but it was still a great shot.
Huge 2 serves here for Wong. Ooh. Yeah, we'll shake his head after that one from Kai.
Yeah, I like the aggression. I like him going after that serve. You know, it was a one bounce and long. He obviously has the ability to go ahead and open up with a loop off of that return. So I don't like the play at all. It just, unfortunately, sailed it long.
Oh, what a great return from Kai Zong. Sets up 2 match points to advance to the semifinals.
Just such control, such feel to be able to take that serve. And instead of looping it, he basically takes a forehand drive where he slides the paddle across the ball, opposite court to Junshan Wong, and it was just a really tough ball for him to handle. But again, great feel, great control by the former singles champion.
Absolutely, and now he has 2 match points on his own serve. Oh, great forehand from Kai Zong. Forces the backhand long. Kai Zong advances to the men's singles semifinals.
Yeah, and just a really jovial and nice hug and embrace there for both of these athletes as they're familiar with each other. But Kai Zong just played a very impressive match. I like how he responded after that first game, and after the third game, and he will move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, what a great match, Joe. It's been a pleasure today. Stick around, everyone, for the women's singles semifinals coming up at 1 o'clock Central Time, followed by the men's singles semifinals. We have a lot of great action coming for you here at the 2022 College Table Tennis Championships. Brandon Lawrence alongside Joe Wells. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.